Cougars win the toss. Your captains, Brig Edwards, Lonnie Latui, and the two hiders, both Caden and Colby. And the Cougars have chosen to receive. I got a chance to catch up with head coach Cole Meekum of Manti. Talk to him just a little bit about some of the keys to the game as we get ready for the national anthem here, sung by actually my daughter, Lexi Winterton. So we'll go to that.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched with so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, state us that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave.
And time to, time to kick off here. Oh, we were talking keys.
Yeah, we're talking keys of the
We're
game,
talking
yeah,
keys.
for sure.
Yeah, so I talked to Coach Meekum of Manti as he was giving me some of their keys.
Head coach for Manti, Cole
Said
Meekum.
number one, no mistakes on
Head coach
special
for
teams.
Union, Matt Labram.
Which-
Assistants, Justin DeCall, Doug
when
Harding,
you've got a
Hatley Zip,
when you've
Reagan
gone a
Hunsaker, Justin
3 and out, or
Busbaker,
you've
Blake
been able to
Stan,
force
Ryan
the
Oppenau,
offense to 3 and out,
Jason Kelly,
you definitely
Eddie
want to make sure you hang
Miloto,
on to the
Yeah,
ball.
and last week against North St. Pete, the very, first kickoff, their best player, Thompson, he fumbled the kickoff. So I can see why that's a big key to the game because it started their game out really wrong, and they never were able to really recover.
On offense, they've got to win the possession time, keep that offense out on the field, and then on defense, get some 3 and outs. He wants to have some success with the defense. 3 keys for the Cougars. Well, win obviously the line of scrimmage, value the ball, no turnovers, the turnover ratio, and then be dynamic on special teams. So similar, your special teams, your defense, your offense, you want those things as the Cougars get ready to receive this. Back to receive is Caden Hyder. And that is Raiden Dietz that takes the kickoff here as the Cougars get out to about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, and I like how he wasn't afraid of that ball. He ran right into it, so he had a good stride already, and once he gets in a top speed, he's impossible to stop, right, Mark? You've seen it all year when we were watching him a couple games ago. He pulled out to that right side and was off to the races and gone. So.
Well, and on that kickoff, it's a high kick. He comes up on it, but the rest of the team stays there, and he's already in front of his blockers. Had the blockers started moving forward and anticipated that, what kind of field position would you be at? As Foot in the gun, fakes the handoff. A quick pass over to Hyder, and that is incomplete.
So it looks like Nate Foot is getting the start again tonight. They said Lincoln Labram was hurt last week, and Nate Foot did an admirable job. They did get a loss, but it was his first time really being that starter, and getting, better and better throughout the game until he got more comfortable. So I'm excited to see a week of practice of getting all the reps to see what he can do out here.
Yeah, Foots led the team to a couple of wins through the end of this, I guess last half of the season, as they give to Eldridge here. He breaks through. Nice staying on his feet there. He'll pick up a few.
5-yard gain by number 24.
A good tackle there by Dallin Cox on the other side from the Manti Templars. This guy, he's their do everything. He's really good on the offense, really good on defense, and just always has a nose for the ball and being there. And Dallin Rasmussen was also there on the tackle too.
So 3rd and 5, Cougars need a crucial 3rd down conversion here. Going to give to Dietz around the right side. Dietz finds an opening. Looks like he's got the first and a few more as he's forced out of bounds. That is that's a number 3. I think I've got him here.
Yeah,
That's
Latu.
Lino. Lino? Is that how you pronounce his name?
Yeah. Which one? Number 3?
Yeah.
I got Seni Latu.
Oh, you got Latu? See, I've got Lino here.
Yeah, I was watching him in the last game, and he's just one of their big-time guys that gets in the backfield, gets a lot of sacks. He is really close to that guy that you can see playing on College Football Saturday. So, yeah, Latu's a stud.
As Foot takes the snap, quick pass over to Hyder. Hyder makes a nice little move, makes a man miss, and then gets upfield for about 4 yards.
And, you know, they've been getting Hyder involved in receiving and just getting him to touch the ball. They've been doing a lot of fly sweeps and reverses with him, trying to get him the ball because he's so good when he has the ball in his hands and a threat to score every time.
So a 2nd and 7 now for the Cougars. Ball on the Templars 45. Foot in the gun. Dietz in the backfield there for him, and it's a little screen, a bubble screen here to Hyder, and Hyder will pick up another 5 yards.
Really close to a first down there. And a good play again to Caden Hyder. Look on the replay.
L&L motor replay here to Hyder. Makes the catch and then just cuts upfield as he could see a defender out there.
Not only that,
instead of running east to west.
Nate Foote did a great job of selling that play and waiting until the very last second before he gets hit and throws it, you know, to Caden Hyder. Really talented play.
Yeah, and Dietz was even out there as they put in Kafusi and under center to Foot. Foot's just going to keep it.
And that's awesome. You just put your jumbo package in. You only need 1 yard. You get it easy.
Well, he's got the jumbo package in there, and they can see him lined up back there, and instead he just keeps it himself.
And that's exactly what Matt said. You know, he says that he can be more physical than this team, and that's starting up at the line of scrimmage right there in that jumbo package. They feel that they can get that first down in a 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. They can do it.
Well, one thing that Cougars do have is a depth chart on the line, offensive and defensive line. You can see the substitution there. As there's the snap, a blitz coming, and Foot's going to air it out. Going to his man Hyder, almost picked off.
Yeah, Travis Thompson was right there in that lane, almost caught the interception. And that's that kid that on that last game where he had that fumble to start off the game. But look for them. He's another guy that goes both ways of just really knows how to catch the ball, really good receiver, big receiver, but then also a great safety as well.
So this brings up 2nd and 10 now. Foot in the gun. He's got Eldridge in the backfield with him. 3 receivers as they've got the tight end package. Mason Eldridge with the handoff. He's going to stay on his feet for about 5 yards here.
Carry on the play by number 24, Mason Eldridge for the Cougars.
And a lot of what they've done with Nate Foote is simplifying the offense a little bit better for him so that they can make it look easy out there. And, you know, they're not doing anything complicated or hard, but it's effective, and they're getting first downs from these plays.
So Dietz comes in along with, that's Boone Latham, a freshman, number 23 here, the near side receiver. Tight trips right to the far side as they just give this one to Hyder, and nice little move, nice blocking by the front line.
Yeah, and he did it. He ran for a first down. I mean, he wasn't going to stop. This is playoff football, baby. He ran it. I'm not going to get stopped. I'm going to get the first down, and dude.
Excellent blocking there up front.
Yeah.
Six Killer and Gurr both leading the way as the Cougars with the first down at the Templar 22-yard line.
Yeah, this is playoff football, and whoever wins this game goes on and meets North St. Pete.
Gonna go similar formation again. Same personnel too, as they give to Dietz around the right side. Now he doesn't have anything. He tries to cut it up. We'll see if he gets anything.
Number 7 for the Cougars, Raiden Dietz.
That was a good defensive play by Dallin Rasmussen from Manti, doing a good job of not, falling for the block and just staying with his guy the whole way. He was spying him the whole way and met him right there.
Yeah, that's doing your 111th, right?
Yeah, just doing your job, right?
So they're going to go tight trips left this time. Foot in the gun. Dietz in the backfield with him. As Foot will drop back to throw. He's plenty of time. Downfield throw. Incomplete, intended for Roar, way over his head.
Yeah, broken up by another really good player from Manti, Adam Huff. Did a good job of getting his hand in there and not getting, a pass interference. Just a good play, good coverage play.
Well, our course coverage is brought to you by Strata Networks United, operated by SkyWest, Utah State University, Ashley Regional Medical Center, Jones Paint and Glass, L&L Motor, Moon Lake, Ute Tribal Enterprises, Zions Bank, and then also we're going to have a player of the game tonight, brought to you by our Water Hollow Ranch. As they're going to do a timeout, we'll take one too.
By fixing it the first time, we show our customers that we care. I'm Rico. I'm a technician at L&L Motor. I've been in the automotive industry for 7 years.
I'm Amanda Kazik. I work here at the parts department at L&L.
I like being a technician. Every day is a new day, and it's cool to see a concern and be able to fix it.
They're kind of like my family, so they've really taken care of me and given me a ton of opportunities.
We value the Fix It Right First program. Try to go the extra mile for the customer.
Well, we're back as 7:15 left in the first. Score all tied up at zeros. Cougars received the ball to start out with, and they've been driving as they're down to the Manti 22-yard line. Yeah,
and they've been doing a really good job of, moving the ball and getting first downs, and especially, coming from, going to the playoffs. I've been in playoff situations. Your team can get a little jittery at the beginning, and I'm not seeing that with this team with Union right now, as they're just moving the ball down the field at will.
Foot drops, throws, nice man, open, Dietz, touchdown.
Raiden Dietz, and there's that speed, and he was wide open. I don't know if there was a broken coverage there. You're going to have to see. There is a flag on the play.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see the flag.
So as wide open as he is, it might be a hold, but.
There it is. It's over on the far side, about the line of scrimmage.
It looks like it is going to be on Union.
So probably a
false start right off the bat. Oh, man. And that's terrible because, you had a touchdown right there, and a little false start takes a score off the board. And usually false starts are called way before a play even
I like
takes
in the
place.
NFL, they call it out, and they say, this is who did it.
Yeah. and they call it quick enough where the play doesn't happen either, so you're not worried about if a touchdown happens.
You're curious. Who was it? All right, who was it?
Who was that guy?
Well, just a 5-yard penalty, so it'll be third now and 15 for the Cougars. But from the Templars' 27-yard line. I wonder if you just go for a few yards here and then try and get the rest on a fourth down conversion. As Foot drops back to throw. He's in trouble. He gets hit as he throws. Tosses this one up. Was it caught?
Did he catch that? No,
did not.
So that was scary because he threw it like a duck in the air to be caught by an intercepting, man-type player. But
it would have been bad. He intercepts it at the 1-yard line.
True. But I did like what you said. They could have got, at least half of that. And there is another foul on the play.
Pressure applied to the quarterback on the play by number 70, Manti.
It's going to be against Manti this time. Did you see it?
I'm looking for the flag. I don't see it, and I don't see the officials doing anything, so maybe no flag.
Huh.
I don't think there was any flag on the play. Nothing. So it'll be 4th and 15 here. Foot in the gun. They are going to go for it. 3 receivers. Roar the down tight end lineman there. His foot drops back, and he is blitzed. He's going to get kicked or sacked here in the pocket at the 30. And Manti.
Yeah, Keenan Moulton with the first sack of the night for Manti. And he's just unblocked right there, and he gets right through.
And I thought maybe Foot might pitch it to Dietz. Dietz was back there, could have maybe done something, but he held on to it, took the sack, and Manti will start on their own 30-yard line.
And then that's one of the things in the last game with Morgan that Union had. They had big troubles of trying to block open blitzers, and Foot was getting pounded all night. So they gotta stop that right now.
Little pitch around the right side. That's going to be Roar that wraps him up, but he's going to push forward.
And Dallin Cox is number 16 from Manti, their running back, and he doesn't ever get losses. He's always pushing for at least a yard. He's always getting positive plays. There's hardly any negative plays that he does. And watch throughout the game and watch this kid block, because he likes to block more than he runs the ball. So just check him out, number 16.
So is this Perry at quarterback?
Yep, this is, Jax Perry at quarterback. So we were wondering if Kyle King would play, because he's been kind of plagued with injuries all year long. And at the end of the game against North St. Pete, he did look like he went down a little bit, and Jax Perry came in. And Jax Perry's just a sophomore, but he looks really good. He can throw the ball. He can run. Excited to watch him work in this game.
Well, 3-yard gain on that little run, and there'll be 3rd and 3 here as Perry gives again, running into a slew of defensive Cougar players there. And so it'll be 4th now and 3.
And Easton Roar did a good job of, getting the penetration he needed right there to get that tackle.
Roar playing both ways, and he is an animal. Defensively, offensively, he was our Water Hollow Ranch player of the game last week, as Manti will pump this one away. Back to receive. That's Hyder. This one's going to bounce, and it looks like it'll take a Templar bounce, and the Cougars will get away. And so the Cougar offense will take over at the 28. We're going to take a quick break.
Cougar ball.
We are the people behind the connection. You may never see us, but you are always on our minds. Because you are the reason we do what we do. Improving the way you connect is the reason we are always working. Why we are always building. Why we are always striving to give you the best. We are the people behind the connection, working together to connect your life.
And we're back. Mark Winterton along with Brandon Jones bringing you Union High School football here in the first round of the playoffs against the Manti Templars. As missing the first play there, it was a little handoff to Mason Eldridge for about a 3-yard pickup, so it'll be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, both teams doing a good job on defense, making the others punt and think about things. And
we got Boone Latham, the freshman, and back there, as he's going to give to Dietz. Dietz taking this one and almost like a wildcat. Dietz did pick up 5 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Yeah, I like that the coaches are using Raiden Dietz in speed situations where he's already in top speed. Basically, when he's like getting the ball, he's getting about a 5-yard run and
he
ran into it.
Ran through 2 defenders.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if he had some blocking on that?
Yeah, and he's not a huge guy, so that's what you got to do. I mean, but yeah, if he had some blocking there, he might have a little bit more.
Well, the freshman's still back there playing almost a wildcat, as now he's going to bring Dietz in motion. He'll fake it to him. He'll keep it himself, and now Boone's going to come around the right side. We'll see if he gets any. He's going to get thrown out of bounds.
He's going to get a first down.
Flag
Yeah, Dallin Rasmussen, you know, after he got out of bounds, he kind of threw him down, and so I think they're going to call a personal foul.
Yeah, you know what? You've stopped him at that point. You've caused him to go 3 and out. That's when you need to make sure just playing the smart things.
Yeah, you got to play smart. I mean, you want to play physical and you want to, you know, play hard, but you got to play smart at the same time. And he's, you know, I think he's
you're
a
well
senior.
out of bounds, and he does. He throws him. He throws him into his own players. A little freshman here, and so that gives the Cougars a big first down. Moving the ball up.
Yeah, I mean, Dallin Rasmussen's a senior, and he knows better than that. So make him. He'll make the right play next time.
So Foote now back in the gun. He's got Eldridge lined up next to him as he gives to Eldridge, and Eldridge immediately.
Wow, and he just gets popped right there by Latu. Senny Latu just ate him up in the TFL section of no gain.
Yeah. And they're going to give him back. They're going to give him loss of, I guess, progression. He got back up to the line of scrimmage.
And like I said, Latu's fun to watch. He's that type of guy that I bet you anything he's on some college football radars.
Oh, we have a personal foul against the Cougars this time, and so that'll be a 15-yard loss, and not definitely what the Cougars wanted. As this will put them in a hole.
Back to the 32-yard line.
Is that Nickelback? Is that some Nickelback I hear, Brandon?
That is Lifehouse.
Oh, that's Lifehouse.
No, let me get my music straight.
All right, so Foote in the gun.
No, it's 10 years. That's what it is.
It'll be second down as they're going to give it to Hyder. Hyder cutting it upfield, and they're going to give him a couple, but that's going to make for a third and a bundle for the Cougars.
Yeah, and the defense is doing a really good job of stringing out plays and not letting anything get on that sideline past them, as Dallin Rasmussen and Adam Huff are right there to contain.
Yeah, great play there by, was that Latu again?
Yeah, Latu was there, and then Huff was waiting for him.
Latu making another tackle, and so it'll be third down. Cougars going to go with a almost a trips, but not a trips. That's McGlory over there now, as Foote's going to air that one out, trying to find Dietz. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, and it's kind of tough to overthrow Dietz when he's going that fast, but Nate Foote just overthrew him a little bit, still trying to find a rhythm, but getting better.
Good coverage too by Thompson. He was right with him, as the Cougars will punt this one away. So,
and I really feel like this game will kind of be like this. It's going to go back and forth just because they're so similar in the way that they run things.
As Foote to punt the ball away. There's a line drive as
Adam Huff.
Huff takes that one. Coming upfield. A couple of Cougars coming in there to make the tackle. Looks like that was Dietz and Kobe Gurr on the tackle. Yes, Strata Networks brings you more local cell sites than any other wireless provider. Join the network with the best local coverage today and get up to $500 in credits with a qualifying trade-in. You can visit stratanetworks.com to learn more.
So we'll see what the Templars can muster up here. What they like to do is they use their running backs. They have like 5 different ones, and so we'll see if they get going with here. And they do with Dallin Cox around the sideline, and he's got some room as he gets brought down by a Union defenders. But man, he got quite a bit of gain on there, and that was a great play by Dallin Cox.
Well, Cox found some room. As you watch this L&L Motor replay, he gets some good blocking, but then as he just cuts it up there right in front of Kafusi and gets into the secondary and even past the secondary, they're running him down.
And Dallin Cox isn't known for his speed, but he's he can get out and run if he's in space.
As Perry now under center.
And
that gives to Takiaho.
So Tyler Takiaho, he's your speed guy. He's really fast, really shifty, and like I said, this is one of 2. So number 1 running back hasn't even ran the ball. That's most of the season. Rasmussen's their leading, runner, and then Dallin Cox, and then Tyler Takiaho.
So about a 4-yard gain there by Takiaho. Perry under center brings a man in motion, and he gives it again to Takiaho up the middle, but not getting anything there.
Backed up at the line of scrimmage.
It'll be 3rd and 6.
And then these 3rd and short situations, and they're in their, they're getting closer to their goal line. They love to go to their 2 top receivers in Adam Huff and Travis Thompson. So watch number 12 on the left side here, and doesn't look like Adam Huff's on the right side. So either one of these 2 balls, they love to get these guys catches because they're just big targets.
Man in motion. It's going to be a pitch to Takiaho.
Oh, and it's a fumble.
Ball is loose on the ground.
I think Manti got that one back.
Recovered by Manti, number 21.
Greg Edwards in there trying to jump in. But that'll bring up a fourth and long.
And 10 on the play.
Yeah, and I'm not exactly sure what they had set up there, but the blocking wasn't there for that play to develop for Takiaho. And it got shut down. So 4th down. Good job.
And there's Manti bringing in their punting personnel, waiting to see what they were going to do. And here comes.
Yeah, great job.
Here comes punter himself, Austin Cox.
Great job by that Union defense to get another stop.
So back and forth. As that was 6 Killer trying to block or into block, as this one's going to bounce inside the 5.
Really good punt there.
Yeah, great punt by Cox.
I mean, he just kind of punted it into no man's land. Everybody was on the right side, so he just kicked it to the left and let the ball do its work.
And so the Cougars will start on their own 4-yard line when we come back. And so we're back on 1st down. It's handoff up the middle to Eldridge. Stays on his feet. It looks like he's going to get 2.
Yeah, and on these plays, you're just trying to get a little breathing room so that you're not in the shadow of your end zone. Run a couple conservative plays here, and then try to get a 1st down on 3rd down.
The 14 for Manti in on the tackle, Seth Jensen.
Presley Coombs for the Cougars in. But that's going to do it for us. After 1, our score is 0s, as we'll be back to start the 2nd quarter after this quick break.
When you need windows, doors, bathroom glass, or paint, Jones Paint and Glass can help. With over 80 years in the industry, we're Utah's go-to expert for paint and glass. We offer beautiful, energy-efficient Jones Paint and Glass windows, as well as Anderson and Marvin windows and doors. We also offer top paints like Benjamin Moore and PPG Pittsburgh paints. Whether you're remodeling or building from scratch, Jones Paint and Glass has you covered.
When you hear the crash.
Utah State University puts higher education in reach whatever your path may be. Whether you want to move to Logan or Price for a traditional campus experience, or save on living expenses and stay in the Uinta Basin, USU makes earning a college degree possible. As an Aggie, you'll gain skill sets to pursue the career that you love and that will make an impact. And no matter where you attend, your diploma will have the same 3 renowned words: Utah State University.
And we are back as the Cougars will be 2nd and 7 here in their own territory. A little fake, and it's going to be a QB keeper. He gets out to the 11-yard line.
Keeper on the fake, number 13.
And this is where, you try to get that 1st down, maybe throw, but not get too, carried away. You want to stay kind of conservative. It's still a 0-0 game. You're still okay if you have to punt on this 4th down.
Cougars are using some personnel that I haven't seen on a regular basis in the games throughout the regular season. Obviously, now we've got the freshman, old Boone Latham, out here at receiver. He's the near side receiver.
Yeah, and they even have Ryan Russell at wide receiver this year, last game too. So they've got some new ones there. Caden Hyder takes it. Helmet goes flying off.
Yeah, and Russell's had a pretty decent season. He started the first game of the season, having some really nice plays, and then they didn't use him a whole lot. And last game he had a great game.
Yeah. And he's only a sophomore, so
yeah, just a
it
sophomore.
only makes sense to get him in the game.
That's another Union.
And see, here's another newcomer, Trevin Braithwaite, a freshman that just stepped into the game. So they got another freshman out there. Is that? I got his number right. Maybe I'm seeing a different number. As there's the snap by Foot, gives to Eldridge. Eldridge cutting it up the middle. And they get 2 yards.
Yeah, that's a tough defensive line to get through. There are some big guys on that line. Number 70. 70 is a big dude. Jason Hesington, defensive line guy on the right side. He just plugs holes, and Latu's on the other side. So it's just a real tough, big defensive line to get through. Plus, they know that they're going to run there. So,
well, Coach Meekum, when I talked to him, that was one thing he said. One of the main things in this game is that he's counting on is he's depending on that front line, defensive, offensive, to really hold that line of scrimmage. I hear a Foot in the gun. He's got Dietz in the backfield with him. He'll fake it to Dietz. He keeps it himself. And I think he picks up maybe 1.
Yeah, that kind of looked like a weird exchange. Like he wanted him to give the ball and wanted to take it, and lucky there wasn't a fumble on that play.
3rd and 7 for the Cougars. On the tackle for Manti, number 55.
Another 3rd down here for the Cougars as Latham bringing the play into Foot. So our near side receiver Latham going to go trips left with Rohr, Barnes, and Hyder. And in the backfield, I think that is Dietz as takes the snap, drops back to throw. He's rushed, and Foot's going to take a huge sack.
Yeah, and there's that big guy, Senny Latu.
Well, at that point, you're outside the pocket. You definitely want to throw that ball away.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you gotta make that decision. You're already outside of the pocket. There's no grounding that's going to happen. Just chuck the ball out of bounds.
Chuck the ball out of bounds. Instead, you're punting in the back of your own end zone.
So many bad things can happen here. Like getting a high snap, low snap. You got to keep your head on a swivel if you're Foot.
And here's the snap. It's low and takes a little bit of a Union bounce. But still, Manti going to have great field position as their offense will come out on the field, starting on the Cougar 37-yard line.
So, we've had how many punts have we had so far, Mark? This has been kind of crazy. So I think
no turnovers.
Yeah.
So 5?
5 punts. And the first quarter went like a blink. I mean, it's already 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second quarter, and we're almost to halftime.
Well, and Cougars had a chance to score at one point. In fact, we thought they did.
Right.
And then the flag came in, a little false start that brings it, should have never even gotten that far.
Yeah, and flags are just drive killers.
So Perry under center, drops back to throw, and he is going to air this one out. Barnes on coverage.
That's intended for number 12.
Intended for, was that
Travis Thompson?
Thompson?
Trying to get that. He tried to get it with the one hand. It was just a little bit overthrown by Jax Perry.
As we see on this L&L replay.
But you can see as just a sophomore, Jax Perry, he's got a good arm. If he can just, that's where you want to be, though. You want to overthrow it so that your receivers, if he's not going to get it, no one's going to get it.
So 2nd and 10 now for the Templars. Perry under center brings a man in motion, and he's going to give it to him. Going around the right side. And he meets Caden Hyder right there at the yard marker.
Yeah, they
Looks like
finally
they're going to give him 1.
They finally get a carry for Dallin Rasmussen, their lead back. and does a great job, Caden Hyder, on that other side of making that tackle and only getting one.
Was that Rasmussen? That's their leading rusher, huh?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of these guys.
So
I mean, like I said, there's 5 of them that
He
are
runs
really
a lot
good.
out of that slot position.
He does, and they like to throw to him too because he's got soft hands.
So Perry now in the gun, drops back to throw, and he's going to air this one out. Nobody there, except for Eldridge and Harding. Looks like it was intended for Mason Thompson.
Double coverage for the Cougars, number 5.
So that will bring up fourth.
24.
Fourth and 9.
Brings up 4th and 9.
Yeah, so Dallin Rasmussen has like 389 rush yards and 4 TDs.
Well,
Then you got
Cox is coming out to punt here.
Tyler Takiaho, he has 396, and then Dallin Cox has 300 and something, yards as well. So lots of big-time runners.
Look at this. Tell you what, Cox is doing his work on the Cougars as he's going to pin another one at the 4-yard line. That's 2 in a row.
5-yard line. Ball goes out of bounds at the 4. Gives Cougars 1st and 10.
So there's some great punting going on. That's number 6.
Well, Cougars had to punt out of their own end zone last time. Defensively,
It's kind of funny.
Defensively, we've got a show today.
Yeah, we do have a show, and then that first drive, Union drove all the way down the field, and we thought that they were going to score. And then ever since, it's just been 3 and out, punt, 3 and out, punt, 3 and out, punt.
Well, this is Foot going to be in the gun. He's got Dietz back there with him. Trips right. 4 receivers as he puts Dietz in motion. And it's going to be a quick pass to Dietz as he meets Thompson.
Yeah, and Thompson just throws him down right there. And just a great job of containing, again, this sideline. A lot of speed on this Manti team. And Union's kind of they're definitely unfamiliar with this team. They haven't played him in at least over 5 years.
It was a good play, but the problem was, I think, the blocking. Thompson was able to avoid his blocker, and because that's where you want Dietz. You want him outside.
Yeah, and sometimes you can catch the defense falling asleep when you're in the back of your end zone like this, and throw a big play.
There's the snap as they give to Dietz up the middle, and he'll pick up a few.
Yeah, at least it gave him a little bit of breathing room for that punter. It's still only 3rd down. See what they have drawn up on this one.
5 yards on the play.
So now it'll be 3rd and about 6, a long 6. As Boone Latham brings the call in.
Yeah, and Manti's doing a really good job of disguising their blitz. It looks like a guy's going to blitz, and then all of a sudden he goes into a cover position and doesn't blitz, and the other side actually comes in. And so it's tough to see right now for Coach Labram. He's trying to figure things out.
They're going to give this one to Dietz. Dietz trying to follow his blocking. And so this looks like it's going to be well short of the 1st down, and I imagine the Cougars will come out and just punt this one away.
Yeah, right now it's just a battle for field position, and Manti feels that they can come out really good right here with good field position, probably around the 40-yard line.
Well, special thanks to United Express, operated by SkyWest, for sponsoring tonight's coverage. United Airlines, operated by SkyWest, is committed to being the Basin's portal to an entire world of travel. As Foot sends this one. Going to land about the 49. And a little straight arm, and he keeps on his feet. And finally, got to run into a whole bunch of tacklers to come down there. That's was number 7 for.
Yeah, Adam Huff. He's just a physical guy, and I love how he threw that stiff arm. We're not going to get it on the replay, but yeah, you said he just straight armed him and got a couple more yards. Just love watching football. I respect talent, no matter where it is, who it's from.
So the Templar is going to be starting on the Cougar 39-yard line. As now King is into the game. So King in the gun. He's got trips left. As he's going to fake this one, keeping himself around the right side, and he's got big yardage. 1st down as it's Eastern Roar that's going to finally bring him down after about a 12-yard gain.
Yeah, 17 and 17 matchup right there. Eastern Roar ripping down Kyle King, and man, Kyle King, he's a really good player, and I'm glad that I can watch him in live person because he can do, he can run and he can throw, but great play by him.
Number 17, Easton Roar.
So it'll be first down for the Templars. King in the gun. As this time he does give. Was that Cox?
Yeah, Dallin Cox up the middle, and you know, Kyle King, he's really good and very accurate. And you know, I think that they've already seen with Jax Perry that he's just been a little bit off on his rhythm, and I'm not sure if they were just trying to get him for the future or what they were doing. But man, Kyle King, he can sling it. So watch this guy.
At the same time, throwing a different quarterback in there brings a different dynamic to the game. As King takes that one up the up left side, off left side, and there's going to be what, third and about 3, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and the inside, you know, defensive line doing a good job again, not letting anything happen there. The 6 killers there to meet him.
We got a penalty. So an illegal shift on Manti is going to keep this one second down, and a 5-yard penalty.
Second down and 14.
So now a 2nd and 14 for the Templars instead of 3rd and 4. And we got a timeout. I think Manti wants to take a timeout. Well, be an Aggie in the Uinta Basin. No matter where you attend, your diploma will have the same 3 renowned words: Utah State University. And you can visit uintabasin.usu.edu for more information, or call 435-722-1700 to get started. And Ashley Regional Medical Center, they welcome Dr. Tyler Moore, orthopedic surgeon, as he began seeing patients August 27th. He did an additional fellowship, year-long special training in sports medicine at the Ashley Regional Medical Center. And Jones Paint and Glass. They sell high-quality paint with thousands of colors to choose from. The interactive color workstation can help you find the right color for your project. All sponsors of high school sports here in the Uinta Basin.
Yeah, and we also have that Water Hollow Ranch player of the game that we're going to be looking for throughout the game. 2 tickets to Water Hollow Ranch.
Cougars come out in the 3-man defensive front.
Well, so far defensively on both sides.
You can't give it to a punter. Well, Nate Foot's also your quarterback too, but
yes, there's the snap. King going right side or left side, and he's got that
was Adam Huff again. And again, there's that, you know, Kyle King, his accuracy is so good as he gets, you know, just a good wide receiver bubble screen right there to Huff. Huff jumps up for it and gets, you know, enough for a first down.
At the Cougar 16-yard line.
Yeah, so inside the red zone, Cougar defense. They've been good for the first part of the game. We'll see if they can stop the Templars here under center. King will roll as he finds his receiver out there in the flat, makes the catch, and he's got almost a first.
Yeah, Kyle King has, you know, 960 passing yards, 11 TDs already this year, and has been hurt in 2 or 3. So, I mean, he's a great player. Makes a good pass there to number 13, which is Mason Thompson. It was Travis, I believe it's his brother, Travis Thompson's brother, and they like him too. They had a tight end that went down.
So it is 2nd and 1 here for the Templars. Under center as he hands to Rasmussen. Rasmussen off tackle, stays on his feet, and diving there close to the goal line. It'll be first
Dallin Rasmussen with ball.
And goal.
Take the ball to the
another injury, though, with Jaden Sterner. He's been their tight end all year for the Manti Templars, and a big target, and they missed him, and so they have to go to these wide receivers a little bit more, and it's been more of an adjustment. Another, you know, just more adjustments that the coach has had to make and done
goal.
Well with.
Perry up the middle, hands that one off to, that was, I'm not sure if that was Cox.
Number 16, Cox, yeah.
Hand off to number.
Gets a foot.
And a good job by number 59 from Union to make that stop. It was a touchdown saving tackle right there.
That is Nolan Bullethead.
Bullethead makes a great play.
Cougar fans, get behind your defense.
So it'll be 2nd and goal now for the Templars.
And I think that, you know, you'll just see them run the ball here. Well, I don't think they're going to do anything different.
Under center. Gives it. And he's in. Easy touchdown there by
Dallin Rasmussen, yeah. And that kid, he's really good. Like I said, he has over 300 yards rushing. And how many touchdowns does he have? I'll find it here for you. You know, he's got 4 touchdowns coming into this game. That's his 5th touchdown of the year.
And so the Templars score first as they'll come out to add 1.
The extra point for Manti, number 31, Seth Cornelson.
So Cornelson to kick the extra point, just a sophomore for the Templars. As there's the snap, the hold, kick is up, looks good, and it is. And so Manti on the board first, 7-0 here with 4:14 left to go here in the first half. We'll be back after this quick break.
Here at Stewart's Marketplace, we are pleased to announce that we are now carrying certified Angus beef. Team that up with our Smithfield prime pork, and Stewart's Marketplace has the best beef in the basin. So come on over and check it out. It's a cut above the rest.
Taking off for Manti, number 31.
And we are back as the Templars score first. 7-0 here. Caden Hyder and Dietz back to receive for the Cougars. This one's going to be just a bouncer. Looks like Caden Hyder picking that one up about the 22 and coming through. Nice little return there as blocker standing around.
Yeah, someone made the block, but he ran right into the back of him. But it could have been going for more, but really good return there by Raiden Dietz.
Well, these kicks aren't going real deep, and I think the blockers are intending them to go back to almost to the end zone and then come back, and so it catches them kind of standing around when Hyder picks it up about the 22-yard line, taking off running. So.
Yeah, and now Manti scores the first touchdown. Maybe this will break it open and allow for Union to score. But this, it's been bad field position for Union the last 2 or 3 possessions because really good punts by Dallin Cox.
So Foot in the gun, takes the snap, gives to Eldridge. No, he's going to keep it himself, and he'll pick up a few more yards.
And then
there comes a flag flying
from
in.
30 yards out.
Either that's a late hit. They're going to call a holding.
Yeah. But on who?
Comes in right at the end of the play.
I mean, he's calling it from the back judge, and so, I mean, could be on the offense or defense.
And after the play
was
on
the defense, yeah.
I don't see any holding there.
Yeah. I don't either, but
it is against it's against the defense.
Union will take it.
So it's a holding against the defense, and so that'll be a 10-yard penalty, and it'll put the Cougars into Templar territory with 4 minutes left, trying to score before halftime.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity for Union to score before half. I mean, and they need to because they have to stay in this game at all times, and there's nothing more that Labourn would like in this last 4 minutes to get a score.
Foot in the gun.
Even a field goal.
Snap. He's going to little play action, and it's blocked at the right there. Number 53 coming in.
Ball batted down by Manti.
Little batted down there by that's 53. Let's see. Number 53 is Jens Lefevre.
Brings up second down.
Yeah, Jens Lefevre. He's a taller guy on that end, and he just jumps up and bats it down, kind of big, like a big Corbin Kafusi.
Yeah, you're talking BYU football.
Yeah,
here
BYU
now.
and Hawaii, they put actually Corbin Kafusi in the linebacker position.
Actually went out to that game.
So that he could, you did? I was there as well. And Corbin just jumped up and got in the way of Cole McDonald all night long.
He's a big, tall, and it's a good position.
Yeah, he's only 6'10".
There's Foot in the gun. He's got Dietz back there with him. As he'll look, now he's going to throw.
Wow,
and it's Hyder
throw.
all alone. Hyder had to wait for it just a little bit, but he pulls him down to the 4. They're going to mark this one at the 5. And so it's 1st and goal for the Cougars.
If they show the replay on this, I want you to watch the ball and how much spin there is and how beautiful that spiral is, and just high points and gets right into the receiver where he doesn't have to even slow down. What a great throw by Nate
Dallin
Foote.
Rasmussen saving that touchdown, too.
Yeah. But weren't you a quarterback? Or, you were a running back in high school.
No, I actually was not. I would love to play quarterback.
The Winterton brothers, I thought they were big running backs.
No way. Here's Foote under center, and he's going to give to Eldridge. Powering through. Eldridge is in.
And that is an answer that Union needed right before half, going tie game. And this could just maybe jump into a shootout here as we start in the second half. Maybe get a shootout.
Well, you got 3 minutes left. All of a sudden a shootout? Yeah, sure. Open things up. You got to light a fire first before the fire can burn, right?
No, right. But
and
sometimes
it takes
that's what
a little
happens.
While. It takes a little while to light that fire.
I know.
Can't get it going. As they knock this one through. Tanner Miles, and we got a tie ball game. 7-all with 3 minutes left to go in the first half. We're back after this quick break.
By fixing it the first time, we show our customers that we care. I'm Rico. I'm a technician at L&L Motor. I've been in the automotive industry for 7 years.
I'm Amanda Kazik. I work here at the parts department at L&L.
I like being a technician. Every day is a new day, and it's cool to see a concern and be able to fix it.
They're kind of like my family, so they've really taken care of me and given me a ton of opportunities.
We value the Fix It Right First program. Try to go the extra mile for the customer.
We are back as Tanner Miles will kick off. Miles kicks this one off. As Templars will take this one about the 10, coming out, 25-yard line.
Yeah, good hit. Adam Huff was coming in full speed, full strength right there. And defense number 16 makes a great play. Colby Hyder lays the wood.
And so the Templars will take over on their own 25-yard line. As we are 7-all here.
And 3 minutes left in this, first half. Don't expect Manti to sit on it with Kyle King in the game. I mean, it's like a Tom Brady 2-minute offense.
Yeah, King under center. He's going to roll left. Finding Rasmussen. Rasmussen falling down there. Well, he lost his balance, and Eldridge makes the tackle. Gain of 2 yards on the play.
And, you can already see Manti establishing a rhythm with Kyle King out there as Rasmussen just slipped by the monster turf there.
Well, I was surprised the Cougar defense so far back on that with Rasmussen on that side.
Well, there's only 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, so that your defense will be more of a prevent style. Don't let anything over the top.
As Kyle drops back to throw, he gets sacked.
Wow, what a great sack. Who was that?
Well, I see a Ginniga.
Yeah, there's a host of defensive tacklers in there. Maybe we can get it on the replay.
on the L&L replay here, as there's a linebacker in there. But I couldn't see who actually got the it almost looked like maybe he got pushed over his lineman. I still didn't see it.
Yeah.
And so
it looked like the number, safety Eldridge actually came in there and it kind of scared the quarterback backwards, and he came over the top of his own player.
And so on third down, they're going to pitch it to the left side, or right, going right.
And Dallin Cox runs hard, but man, Colby Hyder from that middle linebacker position just comes in there and gets a great stop. Number 16 on 16. Watch it on the replay. Watch Colby Hyder and great form tackling right here. Gets it right where he needs to and rips him down. And that stops a good gain for what Manti would have had.
And so fourth down, like you said, a little fire maybe. Maybe the Cougars will score again here with 1:44 left.
Yeah, if they make him punt here I'm pretty sure, Matt Labrum will call a timeout to save some time on the clock if they do a run play here. But it's good game so far. What do you think, Mark? I think that, both teams are kind of getting established. I don't think they've played each other before. And, they're trying to, it's a little bit of a chess match between Matt Labrum and
the Cougars have played Summit
Meekum.
Academy and North Stampede in that South region. Summit Academy, I think they finished, third? They finished third, and then Summit Academy, were they first or second? Anyways.
They were, yeah, you're right.
And
third.
so I kind of put the Cougars in with, Juab, Manti, Richfield, any of those three teams were fairly evenly matched. As here's the snap, but Cox punts that one up, and there's the flag as they run into the punter, and so that'll be a penalty. And so Manti will keep the ball after the penalty.
We were talking about the other side of, being smart and making sure that you make smart plays, especially in playoffs.
Well, in this one, and I kind of would like to see the replay maybe on this, because I want to see if it was his own.
And do they have the
player.
two different calls, or is it a 15-yarder every time?
Oh, it's his own guy that runs into him.
They got to be discussing that right now.
So his own guy actually is the one that ran into him. And so, and yeah, he's going to pick it up. So they're going to wave that one off.
And that's a great call. Good job by the refs to, get together and communicate and get the call right, because that could have been costly for Union.
Well, yeah. Yeah, you well, not costly, but you give it right back to him. And Manti can continue instead. Cougars now taking over with 1:41 left.
And in pretty good field position with minutes 40
not
seconds.
only that, but they've got the momentum of the last touchdown. So they've got that on their side. That offense they just scored. They're coming back out. More than likely, they can score now than if, say, before. So as the offense takes the field, it looks like it's going to be Foot in the gun with Mason Eldridge back there with him. He's got trips right. As there's the snap. Foot drops back. It's Barnes. Barnes with the catch. And he'll stay on his feet for a couple more. Almost gets close to another first down, or close to a first down.
Yeah, and that play was really similar to what Manti ran on the other side to Huff. Just an out pattern right there and a good slant, and took it right out of the playbook.
When you look at Barnes as he gets this, he cuts to the outside. I don't think it would have mattered which side he would have rolled to, but he stays on his feet, and then he does an extra little bit as Foot here on this rollout throws incomplete.
Yeah, big-time pressure by Manti on that play with 53 coming down on him real hard, and, Jens Lefevre and Sandy Latu.
Well, I like this. Cougars have another. So they've got a couple of freshmen out there playing. You got Trevin Braithwaite playing some receiver, and also Boone Latham. And so Cougars getting some freshmen into this playing action. Here is Foot in the gun. It's Dietz back there lined up with him. He's got trips left as he drops back to throw. And he's got a man. It's Hyder. Hyder close to another first down. I think they will mark this one first down, which stops the clock until the.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of new players, like you said, and you want to get your guys in there, to cultivate the program and get better.
Don't do that in the playoffs.
But is there some injuries? Because Chase Burchell's their number one guy. Where is he?
Well, these guys are good. As now Foot drops back, throws another pass, and this one was
just
a drop.
Dropped, yeah.
Just dropped, and that's not expected by Roar. Roar's a sure-handed man.
And then Travis Thompson at the very end at that play, he had it caught, but Travis Thompson just knocks it out of his hands and makes it incomplete. You can see it on the replay here.
I love our L&L replay.
See right there, he gets his hand right in there and just makes him drop the ball.
Was
Good
that
defensive play?
Was that
Travis
Thompson?
Yeah.
Thompson, great player by the Templars here. So it'll be 2nd and 10 now in Templar territory. Foot in the gun. There's the snap. as he airs this one out to Hyder. Hyder going to cut back and across the middle. Slips up just a little bit and stays on his feet. How about that great extra effort? It'll be 8 yards on that reception.
Yeah, Caden Hyder, not a very big guy, but he plays bigger than he is, and he just balls out until the very end of the play until he hears a whistle.
Cougars quickly to the line of scrimmage as there's a snap. Fakes it to
Foot.
he fakes it to Dietz, and Foot keeps it. He'll get the first, and that'll stop the clock enough for them to move the chains.
Yeah, 34 seconds. You have plenty of time right now, but you got to get a play to, go here if you want to get in field goal range or a touchdown.
Chains are set up, and so the clock continues to run. As there's the snap, Foot drops back. Pump fakes. Now he's going to try and keep it or run with it, and he fumbles it. Who was it that jumped on it? But the Cougars at this point need to call a timeout.
Yeah,
14 seconds left.
Yeah, I don't
and
understand.
I'm surprised why they haven't called a timeout.
No, they just get right up to the line and spike it. They don't have any timeouts because they just spiked the ball. So they got timeouts.
Yeah, I think they've only used one timeout.
My goodness, they want to keep 2 timeouts with 6 seconds left. You can't even use 2 timeouts.
I don't know why they didn't call timeout.
Oh, man.
But
it's 5 seconds.
Yeah. Maybe they don't have any timeouts. I don't remember them using it.
Yeah, like one of the biggest things I've seen, Chase Burchell is your number 1 go-to receiver, and I don't know if he was injured or whatever, but they've had a lot of new guys in today because
Burchell's not even. I don't even see him out on the sideline there too. So, as Tanner Miles sets up to kick this is going to be a 46-yard field goal. Not enough. It's going to be short and left. So no good. So that'll leave 3 seconds left for the Templars offense to come out on the field.
And that makes sense a little bit that they didn't use that timeout, but they just wanted to get it and play on a field goal. But I think that didn't they have like 18 to 20 seconds? They could have got a couple plays and got a little closer for a closer field goal.
That's a question to be asked. Why weren't timeouts used at the end of the first half?
All right.
You go ask that one, Brandon, and then come back and tell us.
If they win, I will.
No, I want you to find out at halftime.
Okay, fine.
So after that's your assignment. I just gave you assignment. As Templars will just down this one, and that's going to do it for us. At the half, it's tied up 7-all. Here in Roosevelt, this is of course, the winner's going to go on, I think, to play Grantsville.
Nope, North Sanpete.
North Sanpete. All right. So there's your
in North Sanpete. So.
North Sanpete in North Sanpete. The last time the Cougars played North Sanpete, it was what was the score? 16-0.
Was that this year?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think it was 16-0. Cougars lost. So
that's pretty good because North Sanpete's done really well at the end of the season.
It was one of those games where North Sanpete is the ground and pound, and Cougars really couldn't stop them. And so,
yeah, and North Sanpete, like you said, they're ground and pound, and that's what hurt this team last week. Manti, they got crushed because they couldn't stop the run.
So, anyways, there you have it. At halftime, 7-all. First quarter, there was no score.
Yeah,
went through pretty quick, didn't it? Second quarter. The first quarter went by really fast.
It was all punts. I mean, it was 6 punts in the first quarter, and then they finally got it going in that second quarter, and got a touchdown. And then hey, they got a touchdown. We'll get a touchdown within a minute and a half. And so, 7-7, but pretty exciting second quarter.
Yeah, somebody lit a fire under both teams as they both then decided to score.
And you get that with play of football. You don't usually see these teams throughout the season, and so you're meeting a new opponent in playoff form. And so you're excited, they're excited, and then you just come out there and everybody wants to do something really good real fast, and it just doesn't end up happening for you until you really settle in. And you can kind of see that in the second quarter. Both teams settled in, especially on the offensive side, and especially when Kyle King came into the game for Manti. That really gave them a boost in rhythm.
Well, we're going to talk just a little bit about both coaches and kind of what the keys to the game, and then we'll go over those, Brandon. But first, quick shout-out to our sponsors, L&L Motor proudly serving the entire Uinta Basin by offering unsurpassed customer service along with the largest selection of new and used vehicles under one name. Moon Lake Electric's a proud sponsor of the high school sports here in the Uinta Basin. And Ute Tribal Enterprises. They're the fastest growing tribally owned enterprise in the state of Utah with 9 operations. UTE prides itself in offering the very best products and services to their customers. And I guess we can't forget about Zions Bank. You can avoid financial fumbles when you choose Zions Bank. Visit Zions Bank local finance center or online at zionsbank.com. Zions Bank, we haven't forgotten who keeps us in business. And then, of course, we got the Water Hollow player of the game, ranch player of the game that we'll talk about towards the end of the game. Well, let's talk just a little bit about some of the keys to the games as the coaches both mention that. Well, let's do Manti. Coach Schmeekum, I had a chance to talk to him. He said no mistakes on special teams. Offense, win the possession time. Defense, get some 3 and outs. Brandon.
So they did really good. They did excellent. I mean, they had no mistakes on special teams. I can't think of any. They actually played really great in the punt war. Dallin Cox put him in, he put Union deep 2 times with bad field position right on the 2 and the 4 yard line. So, I mean, they did their job there. Offensive win the possession time.
I'm not quite sure.
Kind of even, I think. Both teams had the ball a lot. And then defense get 3 and outs. They got plenty of those in that first quarter. And it was a defensive war in the first quarter, and finally the offense showed up in the second.
Yeah, on a couple of drives. And another thing that Coach Meekum said is depending on that front line, felt like the front line, they were able to establish the run a little bit on offense. Defensively, they were shutting down Union's rushing attack across the whole field east to west. So.
Yeah, and we saw a second quarter adjustment too. Depending on the front line, they were getting the blocks and stuff, but the run game was getting stopped by Union in that first quarter. So they went and made a change at quarterback back to Kyle King and got some rhythm throws going, and that's what really made them ultimately score.
That's true. Perry did start the game, but nothing necessarily came from him, and King comes in and scores. Let's go to Coach Labrum. He mentioned 3 keys. We'll go over all of them really quick. To win the line of scrimmage, value the ball, and be dynamic on special teams. The special teams, we can mention the only thing I saw special, I guess there, would have been Hyder and Dietz both coming up on that ball, catching it. The rest of the special teams, it seems like, weren't caught up with them, but they were able to get nice kick returns.
Yeah, they do have some excellent kick return yardage already, almost close. I bet you over 50.
Yeah, on 2 kick returns. Oh, definitely. Well, that one came out to the 40 that Hyder took, and then
valuing the ball, like you said, they haven't turned the ball over. Both these teams have been great so far in that possession, and it might ultimately come out who turns over the ball in the second half is who's going to lose the game.
Well, so far a couple of fumbles by both teams. Foot fumbled it, but he got on it.
Got it back.
I think he got it back himself, and then the other one was Rasmussen. No. Who was it? I'll tell you. It was Takiaho.
Did he get it back, though? No one lost it.
I don't remember if he got it back or if one of his linemen got it back.
Yeah, one of his line guys. So nobody turned it over, per se.
No lost fumbles. A couple of fumbles, but they got it back. And then, so there you go. And then win the line of scrimmage. Cougars, it's going to be the same thing. The Templars are depending on that front line. They've done pretty good. The Cougars, I think it's kind of I don't know if either team's winning on that.
Well, I saw, like we said with the adjustment with Manti, I saw an adjustment by Labrum too. But, he was going for something short, getting the run game established, and then they went deep, and they threw that deep ball to Caden Hyder and got the source. So they made some adjustments too to get some plays downfield, because if you just let Manti load the box with their big defense, you're not going to get much in the run game. You got to show that you can pass long before you can run and make those holes open in the second half.
Yeah. So both. So there you go. Well, it is 8:40 some odd seconds left to go here at halftime. Looks like Manti's cheerleaders are going to go ahead and perform. We're going to let you continue to watch that, and but we are going to go to a break.
By fixing it the first time, we show our customers that we care. I'm Rico. I'm a technician at L&L Motor. I've been in the automotive industry for 7 years.
I'm Amanda Kazik. I work here at the parts department at L&L.
I like being a technician. Every day is a new day, and it's cool to see a concern and be able to fix it.
They're kind of like my family, so they've really taken care of me and given me a ton of opportunities.
We value the Fix It Right First program. Try to go the extra mile for the customer.
This is Zaylee Ann. She was born on May 24th, 7 pounds even. The first time I saw Zaylee, you hear of it being love at first sight, but she looked up at me and it was like, there's my daughter. Where have you been all my life? I've missed you. When you're having a baby, you have a lot of questions, and it's not just you that's involved, it's your child also. And from a mother's standpoint, you care a lot about that person inside of you. And you care about yourself too, and you want to make sure that you can make the best decisions for your family. As women, we want to be heard. It's our bodies. We're going through something pretty important, and knowing that the medical team that would be helping me would be very competent, that was important. They offered me their advice and told me exactly what my options were and let me make an educated decision, and I think that's really important. And when I delivered, all of them, every single person that I had come in, very friendly. They all just wanted me to have the best possible outcome that I could.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
Hey you! It's the moment you've waited all year for. The Corn Maze is open again in Bluebell. Your favorite fall activities in one place. There's a pumpkin patch, kettle corn, goats, pumpkin cannons, spooky trails, 70-foot bounce pad, the witch's house. So go to www.bluebellcornmaze.com or look up Bluebell Corn Maze on Facebook. Head to the Corn Maze at Water Hollow Ranch, located in Bluebell, where getting lost means finding fun.
When you need windows, doors, bathroom glass, or paint, Jones Paint and Glass can help. With over 80 years in the industry, we're Utah's go-to expert for paint and glass. We offer beautiful, energy-efficient Jones Paint and Glass windows, as well as Anderson and Marvin windows and doors. We also offer top paints like Benjamin Moore and PPG Pittsburgh paints. Whether you're remodeling or building from scratch, Jones Paint and Glass has you covered.
When you hear the crash,
We are the people behind the connection. You may never see us, but you are always on our minds. Because you are the reason we do what we do. Improving the way you connect is the reason we are always working. Why we are always building. Why we are always striving to give you the best. We are the people behind the connection, working together to connect your life.
Utah State University puts higher education in reach whatever your path may be. Whether you want to move to Logan or Price for a traditional campus experience, or save on living expenses and stay in the Uinta Basin, USU makes earning a college degree possible. As an Aggie, you'll gain skill sets to pursue the career that you love and that will make an impact. And no matter where you attend, your diploma will have the same 3 renowned words: Utah State University.
Here at Stewart's Marketplace, we are pleased to announce that we are now carrying certified Angus beef. Team that up with our Smithfield Prime Pork, and Stewart's Marketplace has the best beef in the basin. So come on over and check it out. It's a cut above the rest.
As my team and I have looked at all of the services that we're now providing and the growth that has occurred, it's obvious to us that we're not just a local TV station anymore. And we need a name and a brand that represents us as the media company that we are today. VTV Channel 6 is now V6 Media. To me, V6 Media represents our passion, innovation, our company's vision for the future. And we can't wait to see what's next.
This fall, football fans can catch every home game every week, airing live on channelv6.com and the Channel V6 Roku channel. Local coverage is sponsored by L&L Motor, Ashley Regional Medical Center, Jones Paint and Glass, Ute Tribal Enterprises, Utah State University, Uinta Basin, and Strata Networks. Get the season broadcast schedule and watch games on demand online at channelv6.com.
This is a lifelong sport. You know, most sports that people can participate in high school, when you leave high school, you hang it up and you're done. And this sport's not like that. This is something you can do for your whole life.
And welcome back. Mark Winterton along with Brandon Jones at halftime here in Roosevelt. Union Cougars taking on the Manti Templars in this first-round playoff game.
Yeah, it's been awesome so far. You know, it just has that feel of a playoff game, you know, and both these teams really, really want to win. You can see it in the players on the field that they just aren't taking plays off, and they're just staying engaged until all the whistle is done, and that's what you want to see. And even in practice, it goes in practice. Everything gets longer. Your agilities get longer. Your drills get longer. Everything is harder in playoff football, and it's because of that. And when you prepare that hard, it shows up on the field, and that second quarter really showed that both these teams could come together.
Well, first quarter, I kind of think, again, it's playoff time.
Mm-hmm.
So both teams playing fairly reserved, both in the the play calling on your coaches, the players just trying to do their part. But it wasn't, I guess, they weren't overzealous, and so there was no score.
Right, and you can look at it.
Standstill kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams are going to be in the locker room and saying, hey, great job. I mean, the defense did well in the first quarter. The offense did well in the second quarter. Now, if you could just get both to do the same time, you'd be that much better. But
Union's got they've got a couple of injuries to some of their seniors. Quarterback Lincoln Labram hasn't been playing for several weeks. He's out. The Cougar depth, it's in their line, their offensive and their defensive line, and I think that's probably going to show more in the second half as defensively and offensively they're able to move the football, stop the football. I think that's where we're going to start to see it as they wear down this Manti team.
Yeah, both these teams have had some injuries.
Now, I could be wrong. Be wrong, Brandon, but
we're talking about Chase Burchell, and how we haven't seen him this half, and I guess he's out with a hematoma. So, and then there's Cade Breathwaite that got out for Manti. That's a hard-nosed defensive player for them, and their tight end. And so there's injuries that they have to deal with. But, man, these are the times that you bring in the next guy up, you know, and it's playoff time, and it's even that much better and harder and makes them grow in times that you want them to really see the field. They just grow right in front of your eyes. So we've had a ton of new players from both sides. And when you're looking at these teams, both these teams don't have a lot of depth to start with. I was talking to the coach from Manti, and he said that, he's usually getting about 80 players on his team each year, and this year it's just over 50. So over 60, and the enrollment's gone down just a little bit. And I don't know if that has to do with, like bigger time football out in there. They go to different schools and they have recruiting basically. But you know, he does a good job of what he has, and he can't afford injuries, and it's the same way here at Union. So injuries are a big deal, and they might be a big deal in the second half.
And so the Union Cougars come out to kick off to the Templars.
That's like the first time I've ever heard the logo that like the Templars. You know, you always have the Eagles, the Lions, and the Cougars, but man, Templars, that's a cool name.
Decent punt for Miles as this one's back to about the 6-yard line, bringing it up field out to the 25 as he's pushed out of bounds there. And what was he trying to do there? Trying to make something going on there. That was Adam Huff.
Adam Huff trying to get a few extra yards there on the play, but at the end it got a little weird.
And so it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line to start the third quarter.
You know, leading receptions the first half was Caden Hyder. Looked for him to get the ball a little bit more even in the second half when you have a lot of these guys that are hurt.
So here comes a Jax Perry to QB for the Templars. He's going to come up under center. Takiaho. Did I say his name again?
Takiaho.
Takiaho with the sweep to the left side. Trying to find some room, and he runs into that is Mason Eldridge with the tackle after a few yards.
It's kind of like, you know, BYU's Takiaho. That's how I kind of remember it.
Takiaho.
So, Takiaho.
I had a missionary companion named Takamiyagi. We just call him Talk. That's what we called him. Takiaho.
Takiaho.
I'm just gonna call him Talk. We got an injured
okay,
man.
that's
over
fine.
There. Is that Takiaho?
Uh-oh.
Might be. Well, we're gonna go to a quick break. And we'll be back in just a bit.
We are the people behind the connection. You may never see us, but you are always on our minds. Because you are the reason we do what we do. Improving the way you connect is the reason we are always working. Why we are always building. Why we are always striving to give you the best. We are the people behind the connection, working together to connect your life.
Well, as you're just joining us, it looked like it was Rasmussen, actually, that went down, and he got back up, went to the sideline. It looked like he's okay, and actually he's coming back in as the Templars on 2nd down. Perry dropped back to throw it. Looked like he tried to scramble to the right side, and then he got sacked for a yard loss, and so it'll be now 3rd and about 6 or 7. 3rd and 7 here for the Templars. Perry, a quick pass over to
Thompson.
That's to Thompson, and Thompson tackled by Edwards. Edwards, the defensive end for the Cougars, comes out to make the play.
And that's such a great play because if Thompson gets out in space, then he's going to get a lot more. But, man, good closing speed. Just goes right through that tackle.
Oh,
Perfect form tackling.
Thompson's a phenomenal player, and so you don't want to give him that open field room.
And Coach Labrum, he was pretty furious about last week with Morgan of tackles. Like they weren't making tackles, they were taking bad angles, and so they worked on that all practice this week of making the right angles and form tackling, and you saw it right there on that play. That is that's how picture perfect how you do it.
Great play by Hyder to come up and field that one and make his way into Templar territory. They're going to mark this one at the Templar 47-yard line as the Cougar offense makes their way onto the field. We're going to have Eldridge lined up in the backfield with Foot. Far receiver is Boone Latham, and they're going to take a tight trips left here. Foot in the gun. There's a snap. Fakes to Eldridge. And now a throw. It's intercepted, intended for Hyder, and it's a Huff. Or
Dallin Rasmussen, the one that was just injured, makes the interception and gets all the way down to the 30-yard line almost.
Well, Huge play there by the Templars. As you watch this L&L replay intended for Hyder there. And Rasmussen just steps in front of it. It's thrown right at him.
Oh, and the block in the back they missed right
Yeah,
there on
that
number
was
3. Close.
Yeah, Eldridge gets shoved out of bounds in the back, but no call there. And the Templars, 1st and 10 from the Cougar 32-yard line. So it's Perry, the sophomore, under center. Takiaho around the left side. As he's going to get a few. Finally pushed out of bounds. That's Eldridge.
Yeah, and Kyle King must be, hurt too. Like he came in that end of the second quarter and put a really good drive together, and it's Jax Perry coming in and from the second half. So he must be still a little bit hobbled up, or I think he'd be out there.
Well, not necessarily. I mean,
Really?
at the same time, I think as a coach, you like to throw something different at him.
All
As Perry under center is going to give this one to Takiaho up the middle. And the Cougars look like they are going to be close to a first.
I guess I'm just not a coach. I know that, but
Well, I mean, you never know. He could be, but at the same time, you throw something different at a defense.
Yeah.
They.
Yeah. I mean, I just, I think
Maybe in practice, he feels like both of them are very close and offer different things. So it'll be 3rd and short, and he's got the first. Does he have the first? I think he's really close again.
Yeah, Eastern Roar made a great play to stop him. I don't think he got it.
That was Dallin Cox on the carry, and they are going to move the chains.
Oh, wow.
So 1st down for the Templars. Here at the Cougar 22-yard line as the Cougars will do a quick substitution.
Yeah, I gave him a favorable spot. I thought he was stopped short there. If you watch the ball, it was, man, I don't know.
Well, an official, he's looking right down the line of
Yeah.
scrimmage, so he sees exactly where that ball hits, and he's able to mark it as Rasmussen goes in motion. Rasmussen trying to hop it outside, and it's Harding and Hyder that wrap him up. No gain on the play.
And you're just seeing some, fundamental tackling out there that you haven't seen from Union in a couple games, and you could just tell that they've worked on it in practice. It's good plays.
Well, Rasmussen trying to take that up the hole where he's supposed to. Just a little off tackle play, and he gets pushed outside, wrapped up. As Perry under center here is going to pitch it out to the right side. That's Cox there with a pickup of about,
Off to the right.
it's about 7.
By Cougar, number 59, Nolan Bullethead.
Yeah, you can see that Manti is getting in kind of a rhythm with running the ball. And like I said, they like to use a ton of different backs with Takiaho, Dallin Cox, Dallin Rasmussen. They have 6 guys on the running backs that have touchdowns for this team. That's just crazy.
And so it'll be 3rd down again. Inside the Cougar red zone, Perry under center brings a man in motion, and he's going to give to him around the left side. As he's going to be tackled. Eastern Roar with the loss on the play. Brenchley was the runner.
Yeah, Tyson Brenchley, it looked like a play that was going to work, but man, look at the speed by Colby.
Or Easton.
Or was it Easton or Colby?
Yeah, that was Roar.
Oh, yeah, Roar was there, and Colby was right there to see it if the play got any farther. But, man, Easton Roar makes a really good play and brings a 4th down.
Well, the Templar's going to go for it. It'll be 4th and 6th.
And, Easton Roar is just a physical player, and he just loves football, they said. I was talking to, one of the people I work with.
King is in, and King will roll right. King looking downfield. He throws.
That's
and it is
good
not
defense.
Caught, so that'll be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, Raiden Dietz and Caden Hyder there to protect and make a great breakup. And they bring Kyle King in for a throwing play and don't get it.
Well, and Brig Edwards, too, on the pressure as he hits. He actually hits King right there as King releases. And so the pressure both on that defensive line, great coverage downfield where the Cougars, I'm going to say, have struggled. Yeah, they've struggled on a regular basis downfield.
Right.
But they do a good job here on this coverage.
Yeah, again, with, the poor tackling, there was some poor angles, and they made the right angles there and got the play.
Foot in the gun, gives to Eldridge. Eldridge looked like he wasn't going to get anything, but he pushes forward and gets 2.
Handoff, number 24, Mason Eldridge. Picks up 2 on the play. Cougars, 2nd and 8.
And that's, you know, some tough running there by Eldridge, and, you know, it's hard to get a couple yards here with this big defensive line on the other side for Manti. But you have to do it. You keep this defense honest so that they just won't load up.
So our receivers on this side in trips, it's going to be Barnes, Rohr, and Harding. Has Foot in the gun. There's the snap. Give to Eldridge. Eldridge is not going to get anywhere on this one.
Backed up right at the line of scrimmage is number 24 for the Cougars.
So it'll be 3rd now and 8.
In on the play.
Nothing going for him.
Yeah, so eventually they're going to have to start challenging.
Well, and that's just
nothing you can do there. I mean, the center gets blown up by the nose tackle, and then your linebackers who are scraping, they just come straight through that hole and make that play.
So trips left for the Cougars. Foot in the gun. There's the snap as he looks downfield, and he's going to get sacked for a loss.
Dallin Rasmussen comes from the blind side and just takes out Foot.
As you watch on our L&L replay.
Yeah, you see, no, he didn't even know it was coming. Come from that left side unblocked, and Rasmussen makes the play, and it's 4th and 16.
And so Foot will come out to try and get a foot into this on 4th and 16. Waiting. There's the snap. Punt up. Not necessarily anything special as they take this around the 42. And Huff getting upfield will give the Templars excellent field position.
Yeah, really good field position. You know, it's 3rd and almost into the 3rd quarter. You know, this is a time where the Manti really wants to score and put pressure on a home team Union.
Well, let's see what this Cougar defense can do now.
I'm just curious of what quarterback's going to come out. I think it's Kyle King.
You never know.
I'm still blown away by the 2 quarterback system that's going on, especially in a playoffs thing when you have something working. And
King under center. Brings a man in motion as he's going to give to him, and it's going to be an off-tackle play there. Good pickup. Tackled by Winterton after a 7-yard pickup.
And Mason Thompson on the play making some yards.
Yeah, as you watch the L&L replay, great blocking upfield. He hits that hole hard and
yeah, this is the time you start to worry about your defense maybe getting a little bit tired. You don't want that to happen, but I mean, if they start getting a few more yards on their run plays, you know that they're on their heels. So the offense has got to find a way to stay out on the field a lot longer.
King gives it to Rasmussen, and Rasmussen's hit by Hyder. Looks like it's just going to be barely short of the first down, but it'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Again, Johnny on the spot. Colby Hyder makes the play. 3rd and 1, and this is just huge. And for the defense,
they're going to go for it on 4th.
That's true.
So they've got 2 downs to get the first, 1 yard to go, and so that really puts
a lot of pressure on the D.
If you want to stop them on this one. So if you want to make them go 4 and out. King, again, bringing Thompson in motion, and he gives up the middle. And I think he's got that first down. And I'm not sure.
Yeah, Easton Rohr was the first guy on the tackle there. And you know, good effort, but it still made the 1 yard.
That was to Cox here as you watch the L&L replay. He easily jumps forward with that extra effort.
And I've been impressed with Easton Rohr tonight.
Well, every night. Every night. We gave him the Water Hollow Ranch Player of the Game last week for his effort on offense and defense as King under center. Now a pitch out to Takiaho. Left side, Takiaho make a nice move. There's a flag that comes in. I'm going to call that a hold.
Yeah, usually right there on that side, it's 80-90% holding. And that will help a Union defense right now that's kind of tired. And, you know, like I said, those flags can be drive killers, and we'll see if this one becomes one.
Well, this is definitely a huge help for the Cougars at this point. And so it'll make it 1st and 20 now for the Templars.
Yeah, and it takes away the game plan of, Manti, where they want to run it down your throat, and now you're in 1st and 20, and you can still run it, but you might not make.
Well, this is where we're going to see.
Gain.
This is where we're going to see King pass it here.
Yeah,
I would believe so. This is
where you see a screen pass usually, or
This is where they started the drive from. So King's going to come in the gun. He's got a couple of backs back there with him, 2 receivers. Drops back to throw, and he's going to get sacked by Latui. Loney Latui breaks in, gets the sack. 8-yard sack as you watch this L&L replay.
That's a 9-yard loss.
A great play there by the Cougars. And so now on 2nd and 28.
Yeah, Loney Latui making a huge play right there. 9 yards back in the backfield sack. That's his 2nd sack.
King with trips right, and it's
an
picked
interception.
Off. Picked off by Harding. Harding coming out the right side. He almost needed to cut back this way. Ryan Russell was blocking Cox there, and instead he goes on the other side. But an interception by Harding, and the Cougars get the ball back.
Yeah, and talk about a defensive answer in the playoffs. Harding makes a great play, sees the vision of the quarterback the whole time, gets the interception. Good blocking on that right side, and no holds. That's great. And you got it. 1st down right here. 7 minute, 39 seconds left. We got a game.
And so Foote makes his way on the field with his offense. Bradley Mather, the far receiver. In the backfield with him is Eldridge.
We'll see if Union's a little bit less conservative on this
There's
drive.
The snap. Foote's going to keep it himself. Taking it off tackle. Like Brig Edwards pushing forward, just sits on him there. He gets a couple of yards out of that one. So conservative play calling, just staying on the ground here. But I think the Cougars can go deep here. Where's that?
They did it in the first half. I mean, I haven't seen it yet in the second half where they, go to Colby Hyder, maybe go to, Raiden Dietz. He's got some speed. Why not get him out in space? That wheel route that they ran that got called back on the play. Why not run that right here?
Trips left, Foote in the gun. There's the snap. He's going to throw this one to Hyder. Hyder has a good blocking there, and he's upfield. So that was good blocking there by Rohr. That helps him pick up the 1st down.
You really needed a play to go over, 5 or 6 yards like they've been doing, and that's going to break it open for them. And see, now they're in that realm where they can get a good offense going and maybe go deep, like you said.
I'll see if they can keep this momentum here. Boone Latham out on the field. He's the close receiver this side. As Cougars been playing a couple of freshmen. Barnes, the far receiver. Foote in the gun here. Eldridge in the backfield. There's the snap as he drops back to throw. Flags fly, and I'm not sure if that was a false start because I saw a flag on both sides. But if they're calling false starts, boy, they are slow to throw those flags.
If it is, they got to get that call faster because that play can't develop.
Yeah, because the false start doesn't happen when the ball's snapped.
Right. It's when the head moves on the offensive line or someone backs up.
But instead, that's not a false start. They just snapped the ball, official.
Yeah.
So there's the false start.
Not only that, it gives the other team to exactly know what that play was and what you're doing, and then they can prepare for that play because they have so long for the ball to go backwards. So
5-yard
refs helping
penalty,
Manti out.
So it'll be 1st and 15 as the Cougars are going to go trips right. Foote with the snap, drops back to throw. He's going to roll right. Now there's the throw downfield intended for Rohr. Double coverage. And it'll be incomplete.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 15 right here, or is it 2nd and 15 because of the penalty?
Yeah, 2nd and 15.
You can still get something here and make it manageable on a 3rd down. But most importantly, you need to find a way to stay out on the field so that you can get defensive rest because it's a tie game, and you know, your defense needs that rest on that on Union.
And so with 3 receivers on 2nd and 15, Nate Foot, little pass over to Eldridge. Eldridge makes a little move, now cuts upfield, runs into Cox, but he picks up decent yardage for it'll be 3rd and 7 now for the Cougars.
So just exactly what you want, 3rd and 7, manageable. You have pretty much everything open in the playbook, but just find a way to get this first down.
Great catch there by Eldridge as hang on to the ball, pull it down, tuck it in, and take it upfield. As the Cougars are going to go with dual receivers to this near side. Barnes on the far side, Rohr in at tight end. His Foot has plenty of time. Now it's across the middle, thrown, caught by Coombs. Coombs racing upfield as he's going to get now drugged down, but what a play there by Coombs. He brings the ball in, and that's his first catch of the season.
Wow.
At least on varsity.
When you need young players to step up big, that was the time to do it. Plus that ball was thrown right on a rope, right down the middle.
Well, amongst 3 defenders, and then Coombs hangs on to the ball. They're trying to pull the ball out of there, it almost looked like, and he keeps a hold of it. Little spin, and he's off to the races.
Yeah, when you're talking about thread the needle through 3 defenders, I mean, that is the ultimate definition right there. I mean, that was the hardest play to make, where you have 3 defenders. It goes right in the right place.
Yeah, Huff's finally the one that brings him down there, but good play there by the Cougars, and they got a first down. Hey, Zions Bank wants to help you make financial touchdown. They haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. And you can find out more at zionsbank.com. They've got 3 locations in the Uintah and Duchesne counties, one in Vernal, Roosevelt, and Duchesne. You can find out more at zionsbank.com. Again, we haven't forgotten who keeps us in business. Here at the end of the 4th, it's our score all tied up 7-7. Enjoy Cosmic Bowling at the Ute Lanes Family Fun Center. That's Ute Tribal Enterprises. A special thanks to United Express, operated by SkyWest, for also sponsoring tonight's live coverage. You can book your flight from Vernal to Denver and beyond at united.com. As we get ready to start the 4th quarter, the Cougars at the Templars' 16-yard line. Strata Network's excited to be hosting their 3rd annual Strata Game Series event this November. You can gather your friends and join them for a fun-filled day of virtual reality, team tournaments, and more. Just find Strata Gaming Series on Facebook for more information. As Foot in the gun with Dietz in the backfield. There's the snap, and he's going to give to Dietz. Dietz with room. You're going to throw a flag in there, and that is probably going to be a hold.
There's a flag on the play.
Flag's going to be thrown in at about the 12-yard line, so it'll be from the spot of the foul. If that is the case, it's going to be 1st and about 16.
Which is just killer on you. I mean, it's 1st down and 10, and you're, almost a scorer, and you get this flag. You just got to keep the discipline in big moments, and especially right here in the 4th quarter. Yeah. I mean, they had the momentum of scoring. You've got to score right here and put all the pressure on Manti that has came all the way from.
Whoa, that's a 15-yard penalty.
My goodness.
What was it?
Well, replay 1st down.
That was not a holding penalty.
Yeah, it was a personal foul.
A 15-yard penalty.
And most of the time this team is pretty disciplined in these bigger moments, and so unbelievable there.
Yeah, 1st and about 25 here as the Templar is going to jump.
Yeah,
boy, that official was so
slow on that play.
The thing is this is a tournament officials. You got to be quicker with those flags,
right.
Okay? I mean, even our region games have never been this slow. We've been talking about this the whole game. They've been just very slow with these flags.
And that puts them back even farther. So, I mean, 1st and 21.
That wasn't even a false, or that wasn't an offsides. It was a false start.
Which I thought it was an offsides because you saw the linebacker move and innovate it to the quarterback there. So that's an automatic defensive encroachment. But
yeah.
They didn't call it.
So it'll be 1st and about, I don't even know what it is. Is that like 30?
First and 25 I have on my thing. First and 26.
Is that what it is? It's 26? Count it up for me.
Come on
I got to
now.
take my shoes off. Hold on. Foot in the gun. He's going to fake it to Dietz, and now he's going to throw downfield, intended for Hyder, incomplete pass.
Downfield pass, incomplete. Intended receiver was number 1 for the Cougars, Caden Hyder. Pressure applied by Manti.
Oh, it was a chop block is what that was. That's what the call was.
All right, so chop block. Well, that's 15 yards, so that explains why that was 15.
So on second, is it now second down or is it third down?
Second down and 26.
Second and 26 now. Okay. Okay, now second down. Well, just get a little bit. That's all they need. Foot in the gun. He's got trips left.
Now, I like a screen pass to Raiden Dietz here. Come on.
Dietz going in motion. And Foot's going to keep it. He immediately meets pressure. He'll get 1.
I mean, I would stay away from the defensive line as much as I could. You got to go sideline to sideline on this team.
Yeah, Templar's defensive line, they've shown that they...
Yeah, there's nothing up the middle.
Number 70 for Manti.
They're breaking
But
through
that's
Lottie
big
there.
number 70, Jason Henningston, and he's that, really big defensive lineman on the other side of Latu and makes
Well, and Latu
continuous
comes
plays.
through, and he's right behind him. So
Yeah. And he's got 33 tackles on
brings
the
up
year, too.
3rd and 25 now for the Cougars. Get a little bit back here. Maybe even get into a field goal range for Miles. As Foot and more flags. False start.
They at least called down a little bit faster, but you're third and forever. But
I think at this point Cougars just try to go for the end zone.
right, but you don't want to
go for the end zone and punt it if you can't.
Yeah,
get it.
you don't want to do anything dumb though and turn it over. But
no. Well,
but like I said, if you just throw it deep, like you said, it could be a punt.
Yeah, that's just the same thing, isn't it? So at this point, I think you throw deep. I think you throw for that first down. We'll see what they do. It's going to be third and what? 30? Yeah. I'm counting.
Third and
30.
Third and Vernal.
Foot in the gun. Dual receivers to both sides. Dietz in the backfield with him. And they're going to give it to Dietz. Dietz staying on his feet. Try and make a man miss. But not a whole lot. Like you said, the defensive line is tough. Why?
And Dallin Cox made a man-sized tackle right there on Dietz. Just threw him down. We'll see it at the end of the play.
Well, I love this.
Yeah, good escapability by
Big number
Raiden.
55 trying to bring him down. He's not able to bring the sophomore down. And Dietz able to get up
Making
there.
sure that he's not going anywhere.
Well, Cox brings him down, and so now they will punt it away. But why not? Why not throw it downfield on third and a mile?
Yeah, and, it's still a game 7-7, 9 minutes left.
If it's an interception, no big deal. It's like a punt. You
see if they can get him deep pin
good
here.
Punt here. This is going to be high as it's going to bounce inside the 5.
Wow.
And the Cougars.
The punters are making some plays out here
the
tonight.
Templars inside their own 5. That's Harding there. And so the Templars will take over on their own 2 or 3. We'll see where they mark this. The 3-yard line.
And the way that Union defense is playing right now, they had a significant rest from that, possession. And they got done what they needed to do for the rest.
But
they would love to have scored, but
wait, why are you talking about rest? I see the same guys out there that play offense.
Oh, that's true,
You got Colton Harding, you got Easton Rohr, you got this front defensive line.
That's true. We're talking, high
man
school
comes
football.
in motion and it's given to him. That's Rasmussen. He finally takes 2 of them to bring him down. Colby Hyder and Harding. Picks up 4 on the play.
Colton Harding.
And so it'll be 2nd and 6 now for the Templars.
Yeah, both these teams are just playing really hard, and it's been a defensive battle almost the entire game, but a couple scores.
Well, under 9 minutes left to go, and we got a tie ball game. Templars got 90 yards to go.
And you don't expect anything less from playoff football. They're always close games.
Perry under center. Pitches out to Cox, and Cox gets back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and 6. They're going to give him a foot. Now he's going to give him a yard. So the clock will continue to tick down. It is 3rd and 5 for the Templars. Cougars can force them to go 3 and out, get the ball back here.
Yeah, big play. This is a big statement play right here. If they can get a 4th down to come up here and get the ball back.
Or force them to punt out of their own end zone.
Yeah, you
That's
get
special teams in high school. As Perry drops back, throw the pass, caught by Cox. Actually, that was Rasmussen. Rasmussen picks up a little bit, but not enough for the first.
Yeah, and great form tackling right there on the end. Number 59 gets in there. Number 58 gets in there, and 50. Like 6 killer. And
so 4th and 1, and Templar's definitely going to punt this one out. Could see a fake here in the 4th.
And
I don't know.
Do you go after this punt?
Well, as a Cougar, definitely you definitely want to run in there. But yeah, don't be roughing the punter if that's what you're meaning. As there is the snap.
They get close. They almost get it. But it makes
Hyder's going to field this one at the 42. Now he cuts up and into his own man. He goes down, but inside the 40. So the Cougars will have excellent field position.
Yeah, and they're in an excellent position right here. If they can just put a drive together and score, I mean, there could be about 3-4 minutes left on the clock for Manti, and they could put this away in this drive.
You could easily eat up 4 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But they haven't been able to run consistently against this Templar defensive line.
Well, then just run it intermediate routes. Just get some slant patterns. Just get first downs that way. You don't need to go deep or anything like that, but quit running the ball and just take what's given to you from the defense.
Take some smart reads, and there's a false start. That was Gurr, actually, as he totally was pulling. I could see that one. He was looking to pull across this way. It was a run to the right, Brandon. For sure.
And not the way you want to start a drive, 1st and 15. Got to get rid of these yellow flags. You got to play disciplined and finish this game out.
Well, somebody's got to score. 7-all here with 7 minutes left to go in the game. Foot in the gun. He's got dual receivers to both sides. There's the snap and the fake to Dietz, and they're going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, so it will be a 5-yard carry there by Foot.
And I don't mind them running it with Nate Foot because you have an extra blocker every time, and you really get a couple yards, and Nate Foot's done a good job of getting some yards.
Yeah, but the thing is extra
3-4
blocker, though. I mean, you can use Foot as a blocker.
Yeah.
Foot's got great They must not be running the clock. I see here's some banging on both sides of us here. As now Foot in the gun. Trips right. On 2nd down, he drops back to throw. He's going to be pressured, and he is just going to hang on to the ball for the sack. And that is a huge sack, about 13 yards.
That's huge, and they're back in the same position that they were in the last drive in 3rd and forever.
And this is Rasmussen that just gets in there. That's the 2nd time he's come in.
Yeah, Rasmussen and Mullins both there on the sack, but Rasmussen, he is just a player now. I mean, he can.
Oh, they're going to mark the loss there. Stop it at the 48.
Give him forward progression.
So it'll be 3rd and 19. Cougars again in another hole, and so it's going to turn into a defensive game as they're going to give this one to Hyder around the right side as he breaks a tackle, breaks another one. Yeah, it looks like that other one caused him to trip up.
Yeah, Dallin Cox.
We got a flag over on that side. Either a hold or could be a face mask, and if it is a face mask, that is going to be a break for the Cougars.
We have a Manti defender over there clapping like it's on Union. I just have to see.
Hold. Let's continue to dig a hole. Yep. Oh, they're going to decline that, and so that will bring up 4th down. And so the Cougars will bring out the punting unit and give it back to the Templars. Continues to be a defensive game as Foot will go back to take this punt.
See if he
wanting
can
to eat up
pin
clock,
him
and
up
they
again.
didn't eat up a whole lot of clock.
No, it's still 5 minutes left. There's time forever here.
Good punt here taken, and a nice tackle there by Dietz.
Yeah,
Dietz and Russell both down there.
Dietz did a good job to hit the player and then not let him go, because he hit the player and it looked like he got loose, but he still held him by the feet and brought him down.
So the Templars will take over on their own 25-yard line with just a little over 5 minutes left to go. It's going to be King, the senior quarterback, out there for this drive for the Templars. In the gun, as he'll take the snap. He'll going to keep it himself, and he's got plenty of room to run. It's going to be Rohr that pushes him out of bounds there, or forces him out.
Yeah,
but a big pickup.
It's kind of crazy because King is more of a thrower, and he's ran the ball countless time tonight. Against North Stampede, I didn't see him run at all.
Yeah, he picks up 15 here.
Seems to be playing pretty healthy right now.
So 1st and 10 now for the Templars. King, again, in the gun. He's got Cox back there with him. Trips right. He'll give to Cox. Cox taking it up the middle. Breaks free from one. It's Dalton Clark hanging onto his waist, but Cox does a pretty good job staying up there, pulling him forward.
Yeah, Cox does a good job of always getting forward. I mean, he's got some big, strong legs and a big upper body. I mean, the kid works really hard in the weight room, the coaches say. And especially from last season to this season, he's just so much bigger and stronger.
So it'll be 2nd and 7 now for the Templars. There's the snap. King's going to roll right. It looks like he's just tucking and running it, and it's Brig Edwards. And then Dalton Clark that comes in and helps finish him off for the big sack. That'll be a 4-yard loss.
You know, as a coach, you love to see when things work that you practice on. And one of their biggest things that they practice on was form tackling and wrapping up and not just letting people go. And Brig Edwards does that exact thing and just rips the quarterback down.
So it'll be 3rd down. A huge stop right now with just a little over 4 minutes left to go. There's the snap. King drops back to throw. Over the middle, and it's nice play there by Hyder as it was caught and almost brought down. Hyder knocks the ball out of his hands.
Yeah, that was a really cool play by Hyder. Not trying to go for the interception, just slapping it out, saying, "Get that out of here. You're not going to win on my home field. Not today, not tonight."
Mason Thompson, he had that in his hands as Hyder on the defend. Knocks it out of his hands. There's the punt. And this one, Hyder takes this one at the 35. He's going to cut back to the right side. He's got Eldridge up there blocking for him. He's going to get out to the 46-yard line. And so that's where the Cougar offense will take over.
And there's some flags also on the field, Mark, because I think someone held or a block in the back, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be against the Cougars then, isn't it?
Ouch.
We'll wait to see this one. But, again, we're all tied up. I know, about 4 minutes left to go.
The effort is here on both teams. They both just really want this. And you can see that they're not giving up at all.
I'm gonna tell you, though, Brandon, oh. I can't remember what that one is. It's like a...
What did he make? I didn't see it.
I think it's the use of the helmet.
Oh.
It was a personal foul.
Oh, so like a defensive player block?
Yes, possibly that's what it was.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can watch it right here. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that was,
right there,
Colby Hyder.
Colby Hyder, yeah.
Yuppers.
That's a new rule in high school this year. You can't do that.
Brothers just blocking for brother, man.
And they're trying to make big plays. You can see Caden Hyder wanting this. Colby wants it. They want this. Matt Labram has got to this point so many times. They want to go on. They want to continue and make a run in the playoffs. And so, they want it.
Foot in the gun. With the snap, he's going to hand this one to Eldridge. Eldridge trying to find some blocking. It looks like he's not going to get anything back or anything additional, just back to the original line of scrimmage there. So it'll be 2nd and 10 as we go under the 4-minute mark.
Yeah, Manti on the other side, they also think that they can make a deep run in this tournament because they finally got a lot of their guys back and feel healthier than they have been. And, they're used to winning. In 2010 and 11, they actually took the whole thing in one state. So they're looking to get back to that point.
And so Foot takes the snap again, he's going to fake it to Eldridge, keep it himself, and look at that. Picks up decent amount of yardage, out fairly close to the first down marker. Looks like they're going to give him 9. And now I think we have a timeout.
Yeah, we're getting to the time now where you're not much time left to score, and you have a long way to go. This might go to overtime.
Heard a couple of whistles. That's why I thought the timeout, but no.
No timeout.
No timeout as we watch this L&L replay. Foot.
Can you sense overtime, or is it going to happen? Is it going to end in this possession?
I think somebody's going to. I think somebody's going to score.
Right.
Somebody's going to score.
I'm feeling overtime. I'm just going to go with my gut.
It's Boone Latham, the freshman, as he takes this one upfield across the 40.
But 2 really good plays in a row where the offensive line blocking, getting some good pulling and making some yards.
Look at the freshman quarterback fake this one to his running back. He's going to follow his big man, Mason McGlory. Had Mason McGlory picked up his block, who knows how much more yardage he might have gotten.
Who's number 62? Because he made a great block to make that play even happen. That's Shaden Bastion.
Unless it was 63 again, because
It was 62.
It was for sure?
Yeah.
There's the snap. And Foot's going to fake it to Eldridge, and he keeps it himself.
Oh,
and he
no, and he
fumbles it.
lost the ball.
And it's into Templar's hands. That is Thompson. And so Foot loses the ball, and the Templars take over at their own 48-yard line. You're going to watch this L&L replay here.
The line was finally starting to block. They were getting really good yards, and then that just happens, and that's just a killer. But on the 50-yard line, still a long way to go for Manti.
Well, Utah State University Unibasin offers a wide array of associate, bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degrees. Students can get the degrees by if they need to land the job they want, earn a degree in business, education, nursing, natural resources, science, and many more areas of study. You can visit unibasin.usu.edu for more information. As this is King. King going to just throw this one away. To learn more about degrees and programs that can lead to a rewarding career, call 435-722-1700, Utah State University. Also, Ashley Regional Medical Center, they welcome their Dr. Tyler Moore, orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Moore, joining them in August. Did an additional fellowship year-long special training in sports medicine.
And Union just made a costly mistake again and roughed the quarterback after the play. Hit him a little bit late, personal foul.
So Templars now with a little momentum, quickly to the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes left to go here as King will take the snap, gives it off to Cox. Cox going nowhere.
Handoff up the middle, number 16, down.
Jones Paint and Glass sells founded in 1938, celebrating 80 years of business and a proud sponsor of your live coverage of local high school sports. Whether you're building a new home or remodeling, Jones Paint and Glass can help you create the home you want with new windows, doors, paint, and so much more. Also, we've been enjoying your L&L Motor replay. They're offering the widest scale of automotive needs under one roof: tires, wheels, accessories, tint, repairs, etc., etc., etc. As King handing this one off to Rasmussen, he'll pick up 5.
And Easton Rohr again making a big play that didn't make it go anywhere. And, the defense is coming up huge again, and they've been having to do that all game long. And the Union defense is strong. And they've been all year. They've been pretty consistent, playing defense. As, DeCall does a great job of calling up here in the booth, as we've been hearing them all night.
So the timeout will be taken with, it'll be 3rd down, 1:26 left to go. And we're going to go take a quick break ourselves. And we're back. Mark Winterton along with Brandon Jones bringing you live coverage tonight. As you can tune in on channelv6.com or on the Roku channel, watching live right here. Or you can go back and watch it. Either way, it's King in the gun. Takes the snap. He's going to air it out to his man. Is that Thompson? Nope, that is That is Huff. Incomplete.
Adam
Coverage.
Huff gets a little bit of an opening, but that's really actually good coverage by Union. Is that number 27?
Barnes, number 11.
Number 11. I mean, wow. Look, oh yeah, Barnes right here. Look at the coverage. And only thing he can do better on that play is maybe turn around and, you know, but man, no fault with that. A great play, 4th and 5.
Yeah, so it'll be 4th and 5, 1:32 left to go. Manti probably going to go for it, but they are not going to air it out here. I imagine it'll be probably just a short pass play. We'll keep you right here, as we don't want you to miss the next play. But we do want to thank all of our sponsors: Ashley Regional Medical Center, Jones Paint and Glass, L&L Motor, Moon Lake Electric, U Tribal Enterprises, Zions Bank, Strata Networks, United, operated by SkyWest, Utah State University, and our sponsor of the player of the game tonight, Water Hollow Ranch. And so we'll be picking a player of the game. We got to come up with one still, Brandon. And so we'll be discussing that, trying to decide who that player of the game will be, as now the Templars offense back onto the field, ready to go.
4th down, Cougar fans, get on your feet, make some noise.
And another really big play in the 4th quarter in playoff football. Here we go.
And so King takes the snap, throws across the middle, and it's just a poor throw intended for Thompson. He was wide open.
Yeah, Travis Thompson was wide open and didn't get it. I mean, that was, wow.
Well, Hyder was there on the coverage, but you could see no rush in Hyder as he saw that ball released. It was short to the ground. And so the Cougars, with 1:20 some odd seconds left to come down the field, we'll see what happens.
You could see both coaches on that play, and one of them, like, fell down to his knees like, oh, we should have had that one, and the other one was like, yes, go for the defense. I mean, they're so invested right now. There's so much, you know, it's so tense right now. I could just feel it in the booth.
Well,
7-7.
7-7. It's Boone Latham, the freshman, in the gun. There's the snap, the fake. He's going to keep it himself, running up the middle. He's close to another first down. I think he's got it. They're going to mark it right at that first down marker. We'll see where he.
And those were the plays that were working in that last drive before they fumbled.
Short. I think he's just an inch short just from looking at the chains.
Ooh, second and, oh, is it first or second? It's first down, yeah.
Hey, gave him a first. Here's the snap, and Latham again keeps it himself. He'll get 3 yards on this one.
Yeah, they're going right back to what is working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I know how that fumble happened on the last possession, but you're finally getting all your blockers in the right positions, and things are working out well.
Boone Latham still in there at quarterback. He gives to Eldridge this time, and Eldridge busts it up the middle for another first down. And so the offense moving on the ground.
Yeah, moving the ball. And, oh, wow, 50 seconds left. I mean,
hey, we may have to rely on Miles here as we'll see what happens.
They've got to throw a pass here eventually. I mean,
Latham in the gun again. He fakes it to Eldridge. He's going to keep it himself again up the middle, and he'll pick up another 5 yards. And we're down to 45 seconds. Cougars going to call a timeout now?
How many do they have? Let's see.
Got
They've got two. Yeah,
and
for
so
sure. They'd have to. It's 38 seconds left. This is crunch time. You've already missed a field goal already. I don't know if you want to go to that point again, but I mean, if you get close enough, then you have to attempt it. But
well, I love the play calling here. You got the freshman out there. He's a little quicker of a runner than Foote. I love Foote's ability to lead the team, but you're in crunch time. They're just wanting to run. There doesn't look like they want to pass at all. They haven't had a whole lot of success passing in the sense that interception. Yes, they had the long bomb to Caden that had a nice pass play there. I think that one ended up leading to a score, but yeah.
Yeah, if Boone Latham makes a winning drive here, I'm going to give him player of the game.
But you can't also forget the offense and defense of Caden Hyder. I think Caden Hyder's definitely been one of the leaders tonight for this.
And
for this
when
Cougar team.
you need leaders to step up in playoff moments, and I think Caden Hyder has really done that and more this tonight. I mean, he's made, you know, I bet he's the leading receiver with like 14 receptions.
So
doing a really good job.
Wildcat formation as they bring Dietz in motion. Latham will fake it to him. Now it's downfield pass caught by Rohr. Rohr coming upfield, and he's out of bounds down to the 24-yard line.
Yeah, Adam Huff makes the tackle. I almost thought that Easton Ward was going to try to hurdle him. He thought about it for a second there, Mark.
Well, and it's illegal in high school.
Oh,
so
come on.
Great block there on
Let's
the
just take the
L&L
fun out of
motor
everything.
replay. I know, but here's Rohr. He remembers right then, oh, I can't jump anybody. It's illegal. Down to the 24-yard line. It's first down. The Cougars with 30 seconds left. Possible field goal range. Miles is pretty decent. We got a freshman and a sophomore in the backfield here as Latham takes the snap, fakes it to Dietz, and he keeps it himself. He'll get maybe a couple, but now you're going to have to
call
take
that last
another
timeout. Yeah.
That last timeout.
24 seconds.
And so we're going to take one as well.
Utah State University puts higher education in reach whatever your path may be. Whether you want to move to Logan or Price for a traditional campus experience, or save on living expenses and stay in the Uinta Basin, USU makes earning a college degree possible. As an Aggie, you'll gain skill sets to pursue the career that you love and that will make an impact. And no matter where you attend, your diploma will have the same 3 renowned words: Utah State University.
And we are back. 24 seconds left to go here in this ball game. Tied up 7-all. Cougars at the Templar 23-yard line. It's going to be second down, but again, not a whole lot of time, so you got to put it through the air, and so Foot comes back in.
And you cannot take a sack. Foot, I mean, he's been taking sacks pretty much all game long. You got to get rid of the ball if it comes to that. So 24 seconds.
And so in the gun, Foot drops back to throw. Does he got time? He does. There's the pass thrown. It's going to be picked off. Templars coming back. 20. He's still on his feet. 20-yard line. Across the 25. Keeping on his feet. No one can bring him down. Now he's down to the 40, the 50, and it's going to be Foot who brings him down at the 50-yard line with 8 seconds. 8 seconds left on the play clock on the scoreboard there.
Yeah, that was crazy. That almost got away. He almost went the distance. I think
Foot gets hit as he throws this, and that might have been what threw him off, as it looked like it may have been intended for Barnes, but Huff making the big interception. And how about this run back?
He's so tough to bring down, and finally someone tackles him at the end here.
It was Foot. Foot's the one that threw the interception.
Man.
He knew he had to.
Well, that's good that he made that play, because there's 8 seconds left this game. I told you it felt like it was going to go to overtime. I told you, Mark.
I told you. Well, hey, say that Barnes catches that.
Okay.
Here's the snap. King. His man, and it's caught.
They've got to stop this play. He can't get a touchdown.
Oh,
it's the time is out, so that's overtime.
Yeah, I figured time was out. He was going to be patient. He was going to be patient back there.
Oh, man, this is going to kill me.
We're going to watch this L&L replay. King just drops back, and he drops back with a lot of patience. He knows, hey, just wait, and there it is. Thompson makes the catch, takes off running, straight arm to Dietz. And then it's Harding that saves the day there. And so now we go into overtime as the end of regulation. And so they're going to do, we got a coin toss here to decide who is going to take the ball to start the overtime. And then they, is it the 20 or the 25-yard line? I haven't been in an overtime
in high
years.
School. I believe they just whoever wins the toss gets the kickoff. I don't think it's a California standoff like college of any kind, is it?
Yeah.
It is?
Yep.
Wow. So I haven't seen very many overtimes in high school.
Call it as a California standoff?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
That's what it's called.
Well, either way.
Anyway,
25.
Anyway.
Yeah, so it'll be they'll each get a chance to start at the 25-yard line and go in. Is how it's done. Anyways, we're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back.
This is Zaylee Ann. She was born on May 24th, 7 pounds even. The first time I saw Zaylee, you know, you hear of it being love at first sight, but she looked up at me and it was like, there's my daughter. Where have you been all my life? I've missed you. When you're having a baby, you have a lot of questions, and it's not just you that's involved, it's your child also. And from a mother's standpoint, you care a lot about that person inside of you. And you care about yourself too, and you want to make sure that you can make the best decisions for your family. As women, we want to be heard. It's our bodies. We're going through something pretty important, and knowing that the medical team that would be helping me would be very competent, that was important. They offered me their advice and told me exactly what my options were and let me make an educated decision, and I think that's really important. And when I delivered, all of them, every single person that I had come in, very friendly. They all just wanted me to have the best possible outcome that I could.
Here at Stewart's Marketplace, we are pleased to announce that we are now carrying certified Angus beef. Team that up with our Smithfield prime pork, and Stewart's Marketplace has the best beef in the basin. So come on over and check it out. It's a cut above the rest.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
Hey you! It's the moment you've waited all year for. The corn maze is open again in Bluebell. Your favorite fall activities in one place. There's a pumpkin patch, kettle corn, goats, pumpkin cannons, spooky trails, 70-foot bounce pad, the witch's house. So go to www.bluebellcornmaze.com or look up Bluebell Corn Maze on Facebook. Head to the corn maze at Water Hollow Ranch, located in Bluebell, where getting lost means finding fun.
When you need windows, doors, bathroom glass, or paint, Jones Paint and Glass can help. With over 80 years in the industry, we're Utah's go-to expert for paint and glass. We offer beautiful, energy-efficient Jones Paint and Glass windows, as well as Anderson and Marvin windows and doors. We also offer top paints like Benjamin Moore and PPG Pittsburgh paints. Whether you're remodeling or building from scratch, Jones Paint and Glass has you covered.
When you hear the crash,
Well, if you're just joining us, usually games start at 7, and so we'd be a little late starting, Brandon. But we're in overtime. It's the Cougars taking on the Manti Templars in this first round of the playoffs. And an overtime, 7-all, as the captains out there to decide who is going to get first take on the ball. They'll start at the 25, and you want second take. You want to show that you can stop them and then maybe have that option to kick a field goal. Here is Caden Hyder, Colby Hyder, Brig Edwards, and Loney Latui out there for that coin flip with the captains for the Templars. And I'm not sure who it is. I can see Rasmussen. That's actually the only one I can see as far as numbers. I think number 50 there also. There's the flip. It looks like the Cougars.
Looks like they're talking to the Cougars, so they must have won the toss.
But it looks like maybe they're deciding which goal they want to defend. So maybe the Templars won the toss.
Huh.
Templars won the toss. They will defer to the second. The Cougars want to defend that side.
Manti appears to have won the coin toss.
And so I believe that Union will have first possession of the ball.
Going towards the north.
We'll see how good I am.
Yeah, you just want, you want to give the ball to the offense first so that you know what you have to get,
Heck
so.
no. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. You want to give it to the other team first.
Yeah.
Yes.
You want to know.
Right. I thought you were meaning the Cougars.
No.
So Cougars have to score here, and then a stop, of course, will lock it up.
So yeah, if they get a field goal, then they know they have to get a touchdown. If they get a touchdown, they know they got to match it.
Now to see what kind of offense, they bring out here. I see Latham on the field, Barnes. I don't see Foot out there.
Well, now you're close enough that offense with Latham would work. I mean, no timed offense, and you were getting 8 to 10 yards a pop. Keep going.
So Boone Latham, the freshman for the Cougars, on the field. They got dual receivers to this near side, dual receivers to the far side. The snap, he fakes it to Eldridge, and then Latham just trying to read his offensive line. Going to pick up maybe 4 after running about 30.
And exactly right. You said that he was trying to read his offensive line. That was impressive. He read that all the way to the sideline and almost got the first down.
Well, impressive on the defensive line for the Templars, not really giving them anything. As you can see, Rasmussen there pushing him out.
They did a good job all game of containing that side and, not trying to over-pursue because that's when a touchdown can happen.
So a 3-yard gain there, and Latham in the gun takes the snap, fakes it to Eldridge again, and he's up the middle. He'll pick up a few, may get up to the 19-yard line.
19-yard line. 3rd and 4 for the Cougars.
So 3rd and 4. I mean, do they go back to that run game, or are they going to throw it?
I think you just stay right there.
Yeah, I do too, but just because that last possession you threw that interception, and that could be on your mind. So.
Well, that was thrown by Foot.
That was Foot.
And Latham had a nice pass. His only pass was to Rohr for a nice little completion. So we'll see. See what they're going to do here. Latham in the Wildcat. He's got Gurr back there. He brings Dietz in motion. And he gives to Dietz. Dietz cuts it up the middle, cuts it up the right side. Can he beat that man? He does. He's got the first. Staying on his feet. He's out to about the 13-yard line.
Yeah, and I was about to say that right side is just left wide open for something, and they take it right to it.
There is a flag right there at the 21-yard line. And I imagine it's going to be a hold.
And that's a big hold right there.
That hurts. Yeah, because that means it's going to be
like 3rd and 9. No, holding 10 yards,
penalty,
so 14.
It'll be 3rd and about 16 yards. 3rd and 16 now. Brings it out further.
Ouch.
And so they're going to bring in a little bit of a substitution here. Ryan Russell, Barnes.
And you'll bring back Foot in if you need to throw. Yeah.
Foot comes out to throw the ball. So it'll be 3rd and 16. Just get a little bit back so you can possibly have a 4th and short or even get into field position. You don't want to go for everything. Tight formation on the left side. They put Hyder in motion. And bats the ball on the pass.
He's throwing it forward, so that's not going to happen. But that was really good.
Well, what happened?
That was a good blitz by Manti.
On the offensive line there?
Well, they brought the house. Everybody came in. There wasn't anything going to be shutting down that defensive line there. All 3, Latu, Rasmussen, and number 55, all got in there at will.
So the Cougars are going to come out to kick a field goal, and this will be a 47-yarder. It is actually further. 48-yarder. This is going to be further than the field goal attempt before. So we'll see what Miles can do.
Does he have the leg for this?
He's got the leg.
It's
up. It is far enough. No, just short. No good.
Oh, my.
So Templars now.
So, yeah,
have a chance to win this.
Back to the California standoff here. They have a chance to score and win this game, and I don't know if they have a kicker that can kick a field goal to win it either. But this is
a lackluster of performing tonight, or offense tonight, right?
Yeah, the defense has done really well. They just haven't found it on the offensive side.
So we'll see if the Union defense can, led by Colby Hyder out there at linebacker, can shut them down. Easton Rohr, then the front defensive line, they have been rock solid.
And
King under center brings Rasmussen in motion, gives to Rasmussen, right side. He'll get a yard.
Good defense there
And
by
never
the
mind,
Union.
he doesn't get even a yard. Back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and the thing is the flags have just killed Union all night. They've had big plays brought back, you know, a touchdown that was brought back, and then a massive first down right there by Raiden Dietz that was brought back. I mean, they've just got to work on the penalties and get that going. But that's what sometimes when you have some of these young guys come in, that's your learning curve.
King brings the man in motion, drops back to throw, and he's going to go deep. Deep to Huff. No good. What does Thompson upset about? He's jumping around back there.
And I've just been impressed with the secondary coverage of Union tonight. And, you know, Matt Labram was saying that he has actually seen a really big increase in how well his secondary is. And he trusts them on man-to-man situations. So tonight he's run a lot of man and not zone to trust on that one. They played zone, but they've been, you know, feeling that they can man up because sometimes you're left on an island. If you trip or take a bad angle, it's a touchdown. So
yeah, I'm going to agree with you. The secondary has done definitely a pretty good job tonight as we've got a timeout on the field, and we're going to take one as well. Here in overtime, it's all tied up.
This is a lifelong sport. You know, most sports that people can participate in high school, when you leave high school, you hang it up and you're done. And this sport's not like that. This is something you can do for your whole life.
Well, we're back. It's an exciting one here in Roosevelt tonight at Union Stadium. As here at halftime, the Cougars had a chance. They didn't score. And now it's the Templars on 3rd and 10.
yeah, buckle up for this play right here. We'll see if the secondary can hold them off again.
King in the gun, he gives.
And they run it.
It is not going anywhere. It's going to bring up a 4th down. And you go for it on 4th down because it doesn't even matter.
Well, it comes to a field goal. I mean, if they can win it with a field goal.
Do you think they're going to bring the field goal?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, they are. They are.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you? It's not that far. If they think they have a guy that can kick it, then
I don't know.
Yeah.
That is still going to be a 45-yard field goal.
My gut feeling says no.
Your field goal says they're not going to make it?
No, it's double overtime. Here we go.
Cougars want a timeout. We're going to take one as well.
I always had to do the night shift, which is the graveyard. And the first encounter I ever had with a ghost was on that shift. It's eerie, and it makes my skin crawl. You have to try to analyze it to make it so it's not scary. But you knew in the back of your head what it was.
We are back here in overtime. I'm Mark Winterton. Brandon Jones joining me. 4th and 12 now for Manti. This is their first try. Union failed on theirs. They ended up trying for a 47-yard field goal, 48. This is going to be a 45-yard field goal for Manti. As Cornelson, a sophomore, comes out to attempt this. Now, in his kickoffs, they've been fairly short. So my thoughts are is he doesn't have the leg.
It's no good, yeah.
He does not have the leg.
You know, he hasn't made a field goal all year yet. And, I mean, he's been pretty good on the PATs, but hasn't been called upon really to even kick a field goal. So I just...
It's double overtime time.
Yeah.
Double overtime time?
Double overtime.
So, now I'm trying to remember. On the double overtime, does it switch? Does the other team now go first?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they won't waste their time of doing another thing.
Right. So now Manti
will be on
comes
offense.
back out on offense. They're going to bring King is still going to. See, I thought maybe you'd switch it up. Let's have let's have Perry quarterback on this overtime. But no.
No, I
King
just think that
stays
they're
out
both
on
going for the home run ball. Well, especially
King
on
under
Manti.
center, drops back. He's going to roll right. He is going to go deep downfield, wide open. And
It's broken
Thompson,
up.
Broken up. Eldridge in on that. And they want a flag thrown. Look at that. But I didn't think there was anything.
No,
I thought
and
that
there
was
you
good
go with
coverage.
that secondary. It's playing so well. Mason Eldridge makes a play.
Watching it right here as Thompson goes up to get that. Yeah, that was just good coverage. Thompson right in his hands.
Yeah, and it was a good job by Mason Eldridge not to, like, push him. He just kind of turned around and, like, kind of got in his way a little bit, but that's it.
Almost his helmet just in
yeah,
the way.
Yeah.
So King again under center, second down. He's going to fake it again. He's going to go downfield, throwing it up. And it's to Thompson. Thompson caught, touchdown. And so now the Cougars will have to respond with a touchdown.
Caught by number 12 from
Yeah, Travis Thompson gets alone. He built some space that time from his defender, and good throw by Kyle King with the touchdown to his favorite target all year, Travis Thompson.
Cornelson will add the extra point here. The Cougars come out to block this.
And this is a big extra point. If he misses this.
It is huge, and we'll see what the Cougars can do. They do not get a hold of it, and that in is good. So 14-7, the Cougar offense will come out to take the field in this double overtime or second overtime. We're going to go to a quick break. We are back here in the second overtime as the Cougars now will have to respond to Manti's score as Nate Foote takes the field with 4 receivers. Eldridge in the backfield with him.
I think you got to make a play here for Caden Hyder and just get him open in space, like on that right side. Make him slant to the right.
There's the snap and the give to Eldridge. Eldridge taking it up the middle. He's across the 20. Nice little run there. And playing it safe, keeping it on the ground.
Yeah.
Big 7-yard pickup.
And now the pressure is on Union to score because Manti scored.
Okay, so here's the difference. The Cougars get those blocks, and you want to maintain those blocks. If you can maintain that block, like Six Killer comes through, hits the guy, but the guy bounces off, and then he's the one that gets a hold of Eldridge. You maintain that block, well, then you prevent him from making the tackle. As here's the snap. And a quick pass over to Hyder.
Hyder there.
He's
I
got
love
the
that
first
play.
down, and he's inside the 10. So it'll be 1st and goal for the Cougars from the 9-yard line. If the Cougars can score here, add an extra point, we're looking at overtime number 3.
And I say switch him on the other side of the field and do the same thing. I mean, you get it in this guy's hands and make him win the game for this team because he is your senior star that it's going to show up in big plays in a big playoff time.
I agree with you. Him and Rohr both.
Yeah, tight end.
Make
him
huge.
make him
Rohr's
open.
out here. We've got trips left with Hyder, Rohr, and Barnes. As Foot in the gun, and he goes back to Hyder. A nice block there by Rohr, and Hyder jumping it up the field. Can't get in. I thought maybe he'd race in and get in there.
What I tell you, Mark, you go to the one side of the field, go to the other side of the field, go to Caden Hyder. He's hot right now, feeling it.
Well,
leading
watch
interceptions.
This block by Rohr as he makes the catch.
Block. Good block by Rohr.
He makes the catch, and Rohr comes in with a huge block. You don't make that, and you're going to get, tackled for a loss. So now instead you're second and goal from the 5-yard line. They're going to go trips right with Rohr.
And now I
Hyder,
reward Easton Rohr with that block and throw him a touchdown pass right in the middle.
You go who's open. And Foot's going to keep it. He's going to get 2 yards here.
Quarterback keeps the ball off the middle.
I love his extra effort there because he's going to get tackled for a loss. Instead, he just kind of stays on his feet and keeps popping forward with that momentum. He gets 2. So now it'll be 3rd and goal at the 3. We got a kid down in front of us that is just yelling loud. He's got to be like a 12-year-old too.
They've got some passionate fans here in Union.
They bring in Kafusi, Tavita Kafusi
He's
leading. And
in. That's a touchdown.
Touchdown for the Cougars. And so Miles now will come in to kick the completely important extra point.
Mason Eldridge.
Mason Eldridge just does a great job. And the offensive line blows that up right there on the defensive line and just pushes it in. Great play. All comes down to a PAT right here to tie the game and to go into triple OT, which I feel he'll make it. This is in his wheelhouse.
It's such a nerve-wracking situation here, though. Cougars going to go for 2.
What?
What? They are. They are going for 2. They're going to go for the win here. They've got foot in the backfield with Dietz.
It all comes down to this, Mark. This is so huge, and a timeout is called by Manti, I believe.
And so Manti wants a timeout. You know what?
I want a timeout, too.
We're going to take a break, too. 14-13. Cougars going to go for the win. We'll be back after this break.
Here at Stewart's Marketplace, we are pleased to announce that we are now carrying certified Angus beef. Team that up with our Smithfield prime pork, and Stewart's Marketplace has the best beef in the basin. So come on over and check it out. It's a cut above the rest.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
Well, if you're just joining us, it is the Cougars that get in on a Mason Eldridge run up the middle. And so 13-14, they are choosing to go for 2. Going for the win here in the second overtime. 2-point conversion wins it for them. If the Templars stop them, the game, well, is over either way.
Yeah, this is
either way, the game's
all
over.
For all right here.
Yeah.
This is it, man.
This is it. Foot in the gun. He brings Hyder in motion, takes the snap. He's going to roll right. He's got blocking, and it's all open. It's Roar. Roar for the 2-point conversion, and the Cougars win.
Oh, man. That was awesome. Eastern Roar with the touchdown.
Totally threw him off. The Manti, we're going to watch this replay. Manti had no idea. They completely pulled that side. Thompson knew he had screwed up and came back.
I told you, like, when he made that block for Caden Hyder on that last play, you reward that guy. You go to Easton Roar, you get the touchdown, you go for 2, you win it all. Oh, my. They're advancing in the playoffs, and this is just awesome for Union Cougars. And
So,
man, what a game.
So Cougars will travel to North Sanpete next week, take on the North Sanpete Hawks. They played them earlier in the season, came away with it was a close loss. It was a ground and pound game by North Sanpete. Cougars getting the win tonight, and it all came down to the 2-point conversion, a little bootleg fake to the right, throw back to the left to Eastern Roar, wide open.
Yeah.
We
needed 5, two overtimes to do it. But.
We have a player of the game to reward. We gave it to Eastern Roar last week against Morgan. Eastern Roar has been big game in and game out. But another guy that has also been huge this year, and we have not rewarded him because he's always been the next guy in line, and that is Caden Hyder. Caden Hyder was a big playmaker tonight. He made some nice plays down the stretch. He had a nice pass play that set up their touchdown. And so
2 bubble screens right there on the right side, the left side, and they got him within the one, and then they punched it in with Eldridge. But, yeah, I agree completely. Caden Hyder's a stud. I actually reffed with him the other day, and just a stand-up kid. I mean, he's so strong and aggressive on the field, but quiet kid when you talk to him, and so respectful. He deserves this, and Union deserves this. And what a game by Manti to come up here. No fault on them. They put up a good game. They put up a really good game. It was a fight. It was a dog fight the entire game, and it was 7-7 in the end of the fourth quarter. And what's the score now? 14 to 15.
What do you mean that's the score now? 15-14. Cougars win. Big thanks to all of our sponsors: Ute Tribal Enterprises, Zions Bank, United operated by SkyWest, Strata Networks, Utah State University, Ashley Regional Medical Center, Jones Paint and Glass, L&L Motor, and Moon Lake. And, of course, our player of the game, sponsored by Water Hollow Ranch, Caden Hyder, getting a couple of tickets to the corn maze at Water Hollow Ranch. Thanks for listening. We're going to play some highlights. No? Maybe? Yes?
Yeah, well-deserved game.
If you want to watch some highlights, you go back and watch this.
Yeah.
Great game. Cougars get the win here in overtime, second overtime, 15-14, with the 2-point conversion to win it. Going for the gutsy call, Coach Labrum.
It was intense here in the booth. I mean, it's just amazing that he made that play. I was just sick that they went for 2.
No, not me.
But I don't fault you don't fault the call if you get it, but if you don't get it, then it's another story. But they get it tonight.
He had the play. He knew what he wanted to call, and set him up. It was a great little fake there. Roar wide open.
Just amazing.
Makes the grab, and the Cougars win it tonight. They'll be playing North St. Pete next Friday. Thanks for listening. We're out of here. Mark Winterton, Brandon Jones, have a good night.